Tonight's game is produced by the IH Sports Network. No part of the audio or video from tonight's game may be redistributed or retransmitted without the express written consent of the IH Sports Network and Liberty Press Incorporated. The IH Sports Network's first commitment is to the student athletes of our community, their families, and their coaches. Find us online at ihsports.net.
High school football is on the air. The Oneida Indians, the Scott Highlanders, with Tim Smith, Rick Keaton, and their entire broadcast teams. This is Tennessee's most complete high school football coverage.
Sponsored by United Cumberland Bank, Scenic Foods, El Rey, Ray's Axe, South Fork Physical Therapy, Lumber King, Potter's Ace Hardware, Salvage LLC, and by title sponsor, First National Bank.
Produced by the IH Sports Network, Friday Night Football begins now.
Good evening and welcome to Jim May Stadium and Dr. Emmy Thompson Field. As postseason is now upon us, as the Oneida Indians are hosting the Cumberland Gap Panthers in the first round of the TSSAA Class 2A state playoffs. This is Kevin Akers along with Mark Matthews, John Strunk, and the voice of the Indians, Tim Smith. Guys, last year this team was a region opponent. Now it's our first round playoff opponent. Mark, tell us a little bit about them.
Well, they 4-6 football team. They do some stuff that's liable to give us trouble tonight, Kevin, and they average about 18 points a game, and that's in their losses, and so they can score. They like to hang on to the football. They'll grind it out. They run a T formation, and it's going to be tough on our defense. They stayed on the field, I think Coach May said, for like 22 minutes in the preseason scrimmage. So they like to grind it out and keep the ball away from the opposing offense and try to stick it in the end zone and make it a low-scoring affair if they can. But now they've had some pretty good outputs. I think they scored maybe 50 points against Pineville, Kentucky. So they can put up the points, but they do like to grind it out.
Yeah, we saw them in a preseason scrimmage here at Oneida and what you're referring to. And you got to think I think the coaching staff is new, the system is new, but they've had the whole season to get better at what they do and how they run their sets and how they run their offense. The defense actually was pretty stout at times in that scrimmage. So to your point, it's a new season. You know, Oneida finished second in the regular season in the region, and now – it's a new season. You got to flush all that out of the system and take them one at a time, one play, one series, one game at a time from here on out.
Yeah, that was like the third week of fall camp, I believe, is when we scrimmaged them up here, and we seen the Indians do some good things. There was seen the passing game really come to life that night, and a little bit of the future right there, and what we could see and we've seen so far this season is the passing game, and seen a lot of great things come to life throughout the season in the passing game. We've seen us grow every week. Last week wasn't the best in the world. We dropped a lot of balls. Caden was on pretty much all last week, and when we played Coalfield, but we couldn't hang on the football, it seemed like, but I would imagine that Coach Jimmy May is going to probably try to establish the passing game a little bit tonight.
Yeah, he was up here for a few minutes ago, and we were chiding him a little bit, giving him a little bit of grief, and to your point, we were telling him you need to throw it more.
Yeah,
we want to see you throw it 25 times, Coach.
Yeah.
And we're just picking on him a little bit, but truth be told, this team is very balanced this year, and Coach May has put his stamp on the Oneida football team by doing that this year. In my mind, he's built his own staff. He's done it kind of his way. It's been a little bit different. We've always picked on him about throwing it a little bit more. By doggies, he's thrown it a little bit more this year.
He threw it 19 or 20 times last week. I think he had like 7 completions on the night and 70-some yards. But he will air it out. He don't care a bit to air it out. He sees a weakness in that defense that he can try to exploit. He will certainly do that, and we've seen it all year. He's been able to throw the football, and we've got a good bunch of receivers, and Caden's done an excellent job playing quarterback for this bunch.
And Oneida's sitting at 7-3 with a regular season record. And in my mind, they're not 7-3 if they don't have a balanced attack, if they're not able to incorporate that passing game that we saw this year. We played the teams that were they were set, and they were dead set on stopping the run. But with the passing game, it gives you that luxury of taking that away from the defense sometimes. And so I can't say enough about what this coaching staff has done this year with being 7-3.
So Cumberland Gap, as you mentioned, formerly a region opponent over the last few years, the last 4 years before this, they are in a region of 4 teams. So everybody makes the playoffs out of that region. Oneida in a region of 5 teams, so only one person or one team left out. That's Wartburg this week, left out of that. So out of Region 1, where Cumberland Gap comes from, and Region 2, where Oneida comes from, there's going to be a Final Four participant emerge from one of those 2 regions. And so we've got some big games coming up tonight. 32 teams in the state start their quest for a title in AA tonight, and across all the different classifications. That's going to happen tonight for most teams except for Alcoa. The team they were supposed to play had a COVID issue come up, and they weren't able to travel to Alcoa and play.
Johnson County.
Yeah, just happened to hit just at the wrong time? Question mark. We'll see. I don't know. Well, we're going to come back. We're going to take a break for our sponsors, and when we come back, we're going to take a look at the Cumberland Gap Panthers season and the Oneida Indians season, Coach Jimmy May's first season, to begin our pregame search here. It's win or go home tonight. The Oneida Indians, the Cumberland Gap Panthers, coming up on the IH Sports Network.
Home-style cooking with friendly service and a relaxed atmosphere. That's Razak's. Razak's offers breakfast served daily, just like Grandma fixed it, and daily specials like country fried steak, turkey and dressing, and of course, a fish fry every Friday. Razak's has a full menu, ranging from quick and easy favorites like hamburgers and club sandwiches to comfort foods like pinto beans. And you'll love something off the grill, like grade A cut sirloin, ribeye, or shrimp kebabs. That's Razak's on US Highway 27 in Helenwood. Razak's, country cooking and great steaks.
Odds are there's a Potter's Ace Hardware right in your neighborhood, with expert advice and the right tools and supplies to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their stuff. Potter's Ace has a convenient location on Industrial Lane here in Oneida. Visit the helpful folks at Potter's Ace for all your home improvement needs. Potter's Ace, the helpful place.
South Fork Physical Therapy is proud to support the Scott High Highlanders and the Oneida Indians. With offices in both Huntsville and Oneida, one of our 6 doctors of physical therapy are always close by. We regularly treat back and neck pain, general sprains and strains, vertigo or dizziness, TMJ disorders, as well as post-operative patients. We accept all insurances and flexible payment plans are available. At South Fork Physical Therapy, we strive to make your experience accessible, affordable, and enjoyable.
El Rey is Scott County's home for great Mexican flavor. Located in Oneida Plaza, we're just up the sidewalk from Walmart. From our fresh chips that are made daily to our chicken or beef fajitas that are big enough to share, El Rey uses the freshest ingredients to serve authentic Mexican dishes that will be a hit with the entire family. Stop in before the game on Friday or pop in on Saturday and watch college football on one of nearly a dozen screens while you eat. That's El Rey Azteca, open until 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 10 p.m. on weekends.
Welcome back to Oneida and IH Sports first round coverage of the playoffs. The Oneida Indians hosting the Cumberland Gap Panthers. Tim?
All right, a little difference here. Of course, we're not video tonight here in this first round game, but if we were, you would see that the Oneida field looks a little bit different. It looks great. And it's the first time in 17 years, but the O with the spear emblazoned through it has made the return to Dr. M.E. Thompson Field. And so if you're sitting here at Jim May Stadium, you're looking down on that. It looks really good. Done at midfield. It's been teased on pictures on Facebook throughout the week by Pam May, the wife of Coach Jimmy May, and so we knew that was coming. I think they got I don't know if that was a drone shot, I'm assuming they had earlier today. They posted on their overhead. You can go to our either Twitter page or Facebook page, and you can see that overhead shot of what Dr. Emmy Thompson Field looks like tonight. It's ready for some postseason football.
Absolutely. It looks great. They've a lot of hard work. I think it took them about 3 days to do that. But and I heard that talk to some of the support staff here earlier when I got here, and they said that their intentions were to do this earlier in the season, but the paint just now come in, so they've had a hard time getting the paint, and also maybe down the road if something happens and maybe we get another home playoff game later, maybe next week or the week after, if we keep going, might see some checkerboards. Possibility.
Old
just
school.
throwing that out there. So.
Old school. We got a picture here in the press box, and it's dated 2004.
Yeah.
We're thinking maybe that was the last time that we had the checkerboard end zones and the Owen spear at the midfield stripe. So neat to see.
Yeah, neat stuff. Neat stuff. Gets these kids fired up. All right, Cumberland Gap Panthers, their schedule 2021 season, played at Granger County. First game of the season, lost 34-14. Thomas Walker, Virginia, played that at home, 36-14 win there. Played at Pineville, Kentucky, the third week of the season, lost 55-50, and I actually got to see some film of that game. A last second, no time left on the clock.
Oh, wow.
They threw a touchdown pass of about 50 yards to beat Cumberland Gap in that game. It was a really good game. South Green, they played at home. South Green, really good football team, Mr. Football finalist.
State ranked.
Yeah, at quarterback. I think they're in the top 5, 6.
Actually, I think they're number 8. We're going to look at that a little later, but I think they're 8.
Yeah.
But, they won that region.
Yeah, lost 45-6, and actually that was, I think, an 8-6 ball game early in the first quarter. Maybe even Cumberland Gap might have scored on them first, but after that the wheels fell off. Lynn Camp, Kentucky was the 5th game of the season, and they won that 38-6 at Happy Valley, 36-12. So they strung a couple together.
And that's the game that put them here in 3rd place.
Yes.
Happy Valley finished in 4th.
It did. At Chucky Doak. Chucky Doak is a playoff team in 4A, I think. They lost to them 28-22. Pretty good football team. 6-4 football team. Played Hampton at home, 42-0 loss there. Hampton really, we all know all about Hampton. At Union County, they won 46-30. So as you can see, they can put up some points. Claiborne County, which was last week, 18-16, and they led at one point in the first half. It was 16-0 in that football game, and Claiborne come back in the second half and won 18-16.
One thing about Cumberland Gap we noticed in the scrimmage is it's like they completely changed their offense. So, I mean, they went into this year. They used to be kind of what we do, shotgun, 4 wide, 3 wide, tight end, whatever, and they went back to basics. Have they stuck with that from the things you've seen?
Yeah, well, they have. Yes, they have, and we've seen that in the preseason scrimmage. They got in the T formation, and they'll run a smokestack eye too. So, I mean, it's something that we're going to definitely. Our defense has got to be up to the task tonight.
Yeah, I think it's going to put pressure on our front 4, and our front 4 has, for the most part this year, has been up to every challenge that's been put in front of them. They are the engine of this defense, and my mindset is that front 4, maybe the front 7, if you will, the linebackers that stack in behind that down 4. The defensive ends played extremely well, and then, of course, the back end, that they play well, and they're going to have to probably come up and run support a little bit more than they have in the past few weeks against this Cumberland Gap bunch. So, it'll be interesting to see. From the Oneida side, their year kind of shaped up like this. We started up at Williamsburg in the Cumberland Falls Bowl at Corbin High School in a great setting, and I think we're going to be right back there next year.
Hot. Yeah, terrible hot up there that day.
It's not that way tonight.
No, not at all.
There is toboggans and jackets and hoods that are already on with the folks that are already in the stadium tonight. But we went up there and we played Williamsburg, Kentucky, and it was a tough show for Oneida that night. We lost 50-21. There was balls being thrown all over the field.
It got away from us pretty quick in that football game. We had a chance. We was running the football well. They scored early. got the football and was able to throw it. Had a great quarterback, but we had a chance. We moved. I think the first run was like 19 yards, John, and we fumbled it away, or 30 yards. It was a big long run, and we fumbled it away. The next possession, we did it again on the first play, and the wheels fell off early.
It did, and so. Oneida starts off with a loss there, but then we came home to Greenback. Oneida, squeaked out a win there, 17-14. Greenback, as we've seen them all year, been a struggle this year for them, and Oneida's just getting their footing as well. Again, this is a brand new coaching staff. A lot of things new for Oneida, even though some things were older. Same coach in Jimmy May that's always been on the sideline, but different roles. So Oneida gets its first win with Greenback at home. The following week is the first region game, Wartburg on the road, and it was a test in itself as well. And Wartburg, has played in spurts this time, this year, but again, a 7-0 win for Oneida. I think it was sealed. Wasn't able to attend that game myself, but I think it was sealed by an interception at the goal line or in the end zone. A couple of interceptions by that defense for Oneida that night.
Jaden Anderson had 2 picks in the end zone that night, or right at the end zone that night. They moved the football really well. They run a spread offense, and it was tough for Oneida to deal with. They moved the football up and down. Oneida moved the football up and down the field, but we had 4 or 5 turnovers that night. And that's what really hurt us that night.
And we'll talk more about turnovers as we get into this game here tonight, but that's been a key for Oneida, up and down with the turnovers. The next game, week 4, I guess it would be, or the 4th game of the season, was supposed to be in Oliver Springs, but it was a COVID win as that game was not played. The tough thing about that was that it was one of our 4 home games of the season, being that we went to the Williamsburg to play game 1 that played as one of our home games. So the next game was at York. This is where the season kind of turned in my mind for this Oneida squad. Had a great showing at York, won 21-10. Of course, they had a region game as well. And then the next week was at Northview. They won 19-0, another shutout by that defense. And then Rockwood here at home, kind of a tough one as Oneida loses 24-13 on a couple big plays that went against Oneida.
Very early in the ball game, and we battled back. I mean, that was 14 points right there at the beginning, and that was tough. And Oneida just couldn't overcome the mistakes that it made, which has been in our losses this year. That's been what it's been about is the turnovers and the penalties is what's hurt us. And we've been in every ball game actually except Williamsburg, first game of the season. So we've grown a lot.
Well, we followed that up a couple of weeks later. Off a bye week, Monterey comes in. Oneida gets probably their biggest win of the season, winning 20-13.
Yeah, and that was actually 20-7. They scored one, put one on us late.
Sure.
So we dominated that football game. That was the best football game we played all year. And the Indians come out, scored early on a long pass to McLaurin Love from Caden Rector, and I just felt like that we was a way better football team than they was, and they wasn't expecting that out of Oneida.
Big plays have been a key for Oneida, both on their side and what they've given up this year as far as how the games have went. They followed up Monterey with a win at Sequoia, 35-7, dominated that game.
Yeah, but we had 6 turnovers in that ball game, and it should have been way worse than what it was. But we turned the football over. Sequoia is a team that has improved every week. They still hadn't got on in the win column, but their quarterback play, the receiver play, we seen that night, and it was pretty good.
And we finish up the regular season last week with what could have been a region championship, albeit at Cofield. We just needed the win because of the tiebreaker situation within our region with 3 teams tied, or 2 teams tied, us and Rockwood. Didn't happen. Cofield got the edge, 14-7, and they do it on 2 4th-down touchdown passes.
Yeah.
And just,
Not just like 5-yard tosses.
No.
And I have thought about that all week, and I can't taste food or nothing because there's this horrible taste in it. And I'm just a spectator, and I know the team, but they got to flush that, and they got to move on from that loss to where we are tonight.
Yeah, and that was a tough loss. You had them at 4th and 17, and I think 4th and 31 on both of those, and they threw it back over our head, and as a defensive back, you can't let that guy get behind you, and we did it twice, and actually we did it 3 times. We did it on another 4th down play where they converted to 1st down, but just a tough loss, a big rivalry game, but we'll overcome that.
Before we take a break, I want to remind everybody you can go to OHS Indian Radio, and if you haven't got a chance to see the O that's in the center of the field that they talking about just a few minutes ago, and go to OHS Indian Radio, and we've got a picture of it posted up there. So we'll take a break and be back to IH Sports coverage of Oneida High School football right after this.
Odds are there's a Potter's Ace Hardware right in your neighborhood, with expert advice and the right tools and supplies to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their stuff. Potter's Ace has a convenient location on Industrial Lane here in Oneida. Visit the helpful folks at Potter's Ace for all your home improvement needs. Potter's Ace, the helpful place. A responsible local bank must branch out into the community it serves. At First National Bank, we realize a community bank must be a strong partner with the community. That's why First National Bank doesn't have branches, but roots that are deeply embedded in the fundamentals and foundations set forth in the past, with a vision for fostering the potential for the future. Since 1904, First National Bank has had only one focus: you. First National Bank. Your family, your future, your bank. Member FDIC. Life is about choices. When it comes to your internet service provider, you've got a choice: Telepage. Telepage is internet service provided by local people you know and trust. Different service plans are available, tailored to provide speeds that fit your everyday needs. Telepage now offers fiber internet in select areas, with plans starting as low as $45.41 per month. Speeds up to 1 gig are available. Call 423-569-8595 for more information. That's Telepage, located at 258 South Main Street in Oneida. Visit telepage.net.
Scenic Foods is about freshness, with meat cut in-store daily and special cut upon request. A deli that offers fresh meats and cheeses sliced to your choosing. A produce department offering fresh fruits and vegetables, and of course a full line of competitively priced groceries to meet your weekly shopping needs. Scenic Foods is about value and convenience. Don't have time to cook supper? Try our cheese sticks, pizza, and wings, as well as our fresh-made desserts and side dishes. Need to fill an empty pantry? We have all you need at Scenic Foods, located at 7352 Baker Highway in Huntsville.
Welcome back to Jim May Stadium and Dr. Emmy Thompson Field for tonight's first-round playoff action. The Indians hosting the Panthers of Cumberland Gap. Guys, this is playoff action. Everybody starts from ground zero in the playoffs, but get us caught up a little bit about the history of the Indians in the playoffs.
I think John L's got the stuff we put out today about digging into the history on it.
Tonight will be playoff game number 76 for Oneida football. The Indians are 39-36 in the playoffs, and this will be their 38th appearance. In East Tennessee, this trails Maryville with 42 and South Pittsburgh with 39. So that's pretty impressive.
Pretty good company.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive. Oneida made their first TSSAA playoff in the inaugural year of 1969. That would have been a year before, I think, all of us were born, except maybe Kevin.
1924.
That's correct, yeah.
At that time, only 4 schools were chosen in the state. Oneida fell to eventual state champion South Pittsburgh. There they are again, 28-6 in the semifinals. Tennessee Prep and Lake County were the other single-A representatives that year. So a storied playoff, I guess you would say, for Oneida.
Yeah, and I don't know how they chose, really, but I mean, Lake County, that's way up in the top left corner of the state. If you think about up in the land between the lakes area, that's Lake County. Tennessee Preparatory School was a power in 1969 in the Nashville area. Of course, South Pittsburgh down near the Chattanooga area. For those who have been there, unfortunately, we've been there. And then Oneida represented the upper East Tennessee type area. So that was the only 4 teams in the playoffs that year. Yeah, and South Pittsburgh won over Tennessee Preparatory School.
Great history there. And before that, it was the bowl games, correct? They played bowl games.
That's right. There were bowl games in that prior to that.
So Oneida has never faced the Cumberland Gap Panthers in the playoffs. Oneida has played Cumberland Gap 10 times, winning 9 of those contests. So that's a pretty good clip. The only Panther win in the series was the first meeting in 2007. I think we all remember that.
Fog Bowl.
Yep. Mm-hmm. When they defeated the Indians 29-17. The 2 teams met last year, and Oneida won 39-0.
Their quarterback was about 9 feet tall.
He saw over the fog.
Yes, he was really good.
So we talk about there's 8 teams that are in this Region 1 and 2, and one of them is going to play the Friday after Thanksgiving in the semifinals of the state. So here's the possibles out of that. Region 1's champion is South Green. They host York tonight. Now, York played an awfully good game against Rockwood last week, and I think Rockwood probably expected that, and their coaches probably told them it could happen, but then it really happened, and we were kind of surprised because there was a lead for a while. Now we do understand that the Rockwood quarterback went down in that game at some point. I don't know when that was. My understanding is a broken leg, that he is gone for the year.
That's tough.
But South Green hosts York tonight. York's a capable team. South Green, as Mark mentioned, they are state ranked at number 8 in AA, and they have a Mr. Football nominee as well. If Oneida can win tonight, then they would face the winner of that game, as the Cumberland Gap Panthers, the number 3 from Region 1, are here. Oneida's the number 2 in the region. So if the Indians win tonight, if South Green wins, Oneida goes to South Green next week. If Oneida wins tonight and York pulls the upset, then we would have another home playoff game, maybe get those end zones checkered like you were talking about. And the other half of the bracket here in this eastern side, Hampton tonight will host Monterey. Hampton was the expected champion preseason of Region 1, and Monterey was the expected champion of Region 3 by a lot of people here in preseason, and now they got to meet in round 1. They'll do it at Hampton. Hampton is ranked in the state. They're ranked number 10. They actually were ranked above South Green for several weeks after they lost to South Green. But those teams, 2 teams, are both ranked in the top 10 in 2A. Hampton hosts Monterey in what is sure to be a battle at the base of Rome Mountain tonight. The other game features the Happy Valley Warriors. They are in because every team in that region gets in. They didn't win a game in the region. And they face the Rockwood Tigers, who are looking for answers to the quarterback situation now, I'm sure, tonight down in Rockwood. So I named those 8 teams. One of those 8 teams will play the day after Thanksgiving in the Final Four, and we'll talk about who the favorite might be in a few minutes. And
you're talking about Rockwood losing their quarterback. Well, they had some quarterback trouble early on in the season. I know against maybe Harriman, they had their second guy in against Harriman, and they put up 63 points. So they've got some guys very capable of filling that role, I believe.
All righty, we're going to take a break, and when we return, we'll get Mark's scouting report right after this.
Odds are there's a Potter's Ace Hardware right in your neighborhood, with expert advice and the right tools and supplies to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their stuff. Potter's Ace has a convenient location on Industrial Lane here in Oneida. Visit the helpful folks at Potter's Ace for all your home improvement needs. Potter's Ace, the helpful place.
Home improvement doesn't have to break the bank. At Salvage LLC, we have everything you need to finish your new home or to give a makeover to your existing home. From a full line of laminated and vinyl flooring to interior and exterior doors to crown molding and baseboards, start your next home project at Salvage LLC. Stop by and check out our model kitchen setup for ideas on how to take your kitchen from functional to stunning. Salvage LLC is located on Industrial Lane in Oneida. Open 8:30 a.m. until 5 p.m., Monday through Friday. Find us online at salvagellc.net.
Life is about choices. When it comes to your internet service provider, you've got a choice. Telepage. Telepage is internet service provided by local people you know and trust. Different service plans are available, tailored to provide speeds that fit your everyday needs. Telepage now offers fiber internet in select areas, with plans starting as low as $45.41 per month. Speeds up to 1 gig are available. Call 423-569-8595 for more information. That's Telepage, located at 258 South Main Street in Oneida. Visit telepage.net.
El Rey is Scott County's home for great Mexican flavor. Located in Oneida Plaza, we're just up the sidewalk from Walmart. From our fresh chips that are made daily to our chicken or beef fajitas that are big enough to share, El Rey uses the freshest ingredients to serve authentic Mexican dishes that will be a hit with the entire family. Stop in before the game on Friday or pop in on Saturday and watch college football on one of nearly a dozen screens while you eat. That's El Rey Azteca, open until 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 10 p.m. on weekends.
Welcome back to Dr. Emmy Thompson Field and Jim May Stadium as IH Sports coverage of the first round of the TSSAA playoffs in Class 2A. It's the Oneida Indians hosting the Cumberland Gap Panthers. The winner of this game will end up facing either South Green or York. And, gentlemen, Mark, especially, you've got a scouting report for us.
I do. Of course, we're playing the Cumberland Gap Panthers. Their record is 4-6 overall. They're 1-2 in their region. With their wins on the season, Thomas Walker, we talked about this earlier. Thomas Walker 36-14. Lynn Camp 38-6. Happy Valley 36-12. Union County 46-30. Their overall points their points in their wins is 39 a game. Their opponents is 16 a game. Their losses on the year: Granger County 34-14, Pineville 55-50, South Green 45-6, Chucky Doak 28-22, Hampton 42-0, Claiborne 18-16, and in those games they have scored 18 points a game, and their opponents has scored 37 a game. Overall, they average 26 points a game for the season, and their opponents 28 points a game on the season, John. They're 1-3 at home, 3-3 on the road. Playoff appearances for this football team, they've had 11 in their history. They're 1-10. Their only victory was in 2007 versus Happy Valley, 38-14. Little bit of I got to watch game film, couldn't make out a whole lot of the players that was carrying the ball and stuff like that, but I did pick up some stuff offensively. They run the T formation, and you'll see them get in that smoke stack eye.
Tackle everybody.
Yeah, you got to tackle everybody, and that's what Coach May was talking about. He said, I'm telling the officials for the game, we're tackling everybody. Tackle linemen, tackle the backs, quarterback, everybody. Got to tackle everybody.
It reminds you of the old South Pittsburgh.
Yes,
you know?
and boy, they was good at it.
They pull everybody. You don't know who's got the ball. You fight through 8 guys, and you still haven't found the ball.
Yeah, and was talking about that they'll get down the field and still be handing the dang football off. So it's going to be tough on this Oneida defense. It's going to put a lot of pressure on that front seven, like you talked about before, you front four them linebackers. We've got to have big games tonight out of C.J. King, out of Hunter Shoemaker, out of all them guys up front. Selby, got to have a big game out of him. Xavier Shoemaker, got to have a big game out of him. So all them guys, those linebackers, Ryland Duncan and Elijah Phillips, got to have big games out of them. Defensively, you see them more times than not, they'll line up in a 4-3 formation. Every now and then, probably going to see them against us tonight in the 50. Try to stop the run, because that's what we're going to try to come out and establish, I'm sure, to begin the football game with is try to establish Ryland and get TJ in there at that home run threat. And TJ, although Ryland, 10 touchdowns on the season. He's had a big year. One thing I want to jump on right quick. I'm going to give the seasons, the leaders in stats right quick, Tim, if that's okay. Caden Rector, 74 of 145 passing, 51%, 751 yards, 6 touchdowns, 75 yards per game throwing the football. Now these are all unofficial, of course, but rushing Ryland Duncan. He's the leader in rushing, 124 carries at 673 yards, 10 touchdowns, 67 yards per game, 5.4 yards per carry, 59 yards a game. He averages. TJ or 67 yards a game. TJ Meredith, 87 carries, 585 yards, 3 touchdowns, 6.7 yards per carry. Caden Rector, 44 carries on the year, 238 yards. 2 touchdowns, 24 yards a game, 5.4 yards a carry. Receiving, McLaurin Love, 40 receptions.
Wow.
He's had a huge year, 360 yards on the year, 6 touchdowns, 9 yards per reception. That's huge. That is huge. 36 yards per game. McLaurin has had a phenomenal year.
Yes, he's been a big target. And you mentioned – we've talked a lot about putting, our defense is going to be put under a little bit of pressure. I think our defense is going to be fine, but I think our offense is going to be feeling a little bit more pressure tonight, Mark. And I say that because we know what they're going to do on offense. That is Cumberland Gap. They're
Yep.
going to try to ground and pound, and they're pretty good at it. So if our defense is able to get some stops, which I expect they can and should, hopefully will, our offense, if they can put some points on the board, you get a 2 or 3, you get a couple of score lead, that puts all kinds of pressure on the Cumberland Gap offense to maybe step outside what they want to do.
Right.
So that's very important that our offense establish its will tonight in some big home run plays, passes to McLaurin Love, passes over the top. Those kind of things will go a long way in tonight's ball game, in my mind.
In the type of offense that they run, it's hard to overcome a 2 or 3 score deficit.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard because you're just grinding it out 4, 3, 4, 5, 8, and that's how they've made their living this year. So it'll be tough for them to overcome a lead like that.
Now, Tim, you went over the bracket on this side.
Well, on this quarter.
Yeah, this
okay,
quarter.
So a quarter of the bracket. So the other half of the eastern side looks like this. You mentioned Meigs County. Things go through Meigs County. Well, yeah, that's how it is until the semifinals. Now, the 1-2 region hosts the semifinal game, whoever comes out of that. So Meigs County is at home until the semifinals. Now, they earned home field advantage up to that point with a big win last week. They played Marion County, and both of those teams were undefeated and state ranked when they went into that last week. Meigs County got the win. Tonight they host East Robertson, and then Trousdale County will play Tyner. The winner of Trousdale County Tyner plays Meigs County and East Robertson, round 2. Mm-hmm. That's a beaut. And then Westmoreland is at Marion County tonight, while Bledsoe County travels to Watertown. Watertown won that Trousdale County region.
They did.
So next week could be some really mouth-watering matchups for folks that like 2A football.
Those are heavy hitters.
Absolutely.
Everybody you lit.
I'm just glad they're all over there.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's your potential semifinal opponents out of that. And then just to kind of close the door on that, the other participants in the state over in regions 5 and 6, Adamsville, Forest, East Hickman, Summertown, Loretto, Decatur, Riverside, Cascade, and Lewis County. Rounding out the final 8 in the far west side, Mitchell and Huntingdon, Freedom Prep and Westview, Union City, and Fairleigh, and Camden, and MAHS. Now,
the Golden Tornadoes from Union City, which is a team that's won the state title in the last probably 10 years, I guess.
So the top 10 rankings right now, Meigs County, on the basis of that win last week, they've got 10 of 13 top 10 votes for 2A. So Meigs County is the team at the top of the 2A poll. They're followed by Westview, Memphis Academy, Riverside, and Trousdale. Rounding out then is Marion County, Huntingdon. We mentioned South Green, Watertown, and Hampton. So there's your crew. We're going to take a break. And we're going to return to Dr. Emmy Thompson Field here. Early kick tonight, 7 o'clock. So folks starting to file in here as we get ready for first round of the playoffs. It's the Oneida Indians and the Cumberland Gap Panthers. And we'll be back right after this.
Lumber King in Oneida, Tennessee is the region's one-stop shop for everything a DIYer might need. Carhartt apparel, rugged clothing that works as hard as you do. Lumber King Rental Center, a home for not only tools that a construction site might need, but heavy equipment that can get the hardest job done in no time. Here at Lumber King, we carry all of the essentials. Let us be your #1 source for everything construction. You can visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee. Because at Lumber King, we deliver.
Odds are there's a Potter's Ace Hardware right in your neighborhood, with expert advice and the right tools and supplies to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their stuff. Potter's Ace has a convenient location on Industrial Lane here in Oneida. Visit the helpful folks at Potter's Ace for all your home improvement needs. Potter's Ace, the helpful place.
Home improvement doesn't have to break the bank. At Salvage LLC, we have everything you need to finish your new home or to give a makeover to your existing home. From a full line of laminated and vinyl flooring to interior and exterior doors to crown molding and baseboards, start your next home project at Salvage LLC. Stop by and check out our model kitchen setup for ideas on how to take your kitchen from functional to stunning. Salvage LLC is located on Industrial Lane in Oneida. Open 8:30 a.m. until 5 p.m., Monday through Friday. Find us online at salvagellc.net.
A responsible local bank must branch out into the community it serves. At First National Bank, we realize a community bank must be a strong partner with the community. That's why First National Bank doesn't have branches, but roots that are deeply embedded in the fundamentals and foundations set forth in the past, with a vision for fostering the potential for the future. Since 1904, First National Bank has had only one focus: you. First National Bank. Your family, your future, your bank. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Oneida as we're getting set for playoff action. The Indians hosting the Panthers in the first round. I had a chance earlier this afternoon to talk to Coach Jimmy May, and in doing so, the first thing I asked him was, what could we expect out of the Panthers' offense?
Well, their offense is about like it was in the summer. They haven't changed a whole lot. They're too tight, foot to foot, and they run three backs, either a straight T or the straight Maryland I. They're just going to try to run up inside and make excellent fakes, try to deceive you who's got the football. Whoever's running it, then the other two backs plus the quarterback are all carrying out, fakes. I mean, they're carrying it out 10, 12 yards downfield. So, we're going to have to make sure we know who has the football and basically tackle everybody. Because they try to deceive you, you get your eyes on one place and the ball's going somewhere else. So they will kind of lull you to sleep, run it, then they'll stand up and throw it to the tight ends down the field. They'll get you secondary in the games we've watched, get the other teams looking in the backfield, not seeing where the tight ends are running by them down the field. So we've worked on picking those up when they're coming out for a pass. And the game will be played when they're on offense in a box. I mean, it's going to be in a small area. We've got to can't let them get the ball, drive it, and keep running time off the clock. That's what their offense is built for, and we can't let that happen tonight if we're going to be successful.
I'd also, of course, asked him about what the Panthers, he expected them to do on defense.
Well, their defense, they've been lining up basically in the even man front of 40, and they will walk them up, and try to cover you. We want to try to get them spread out of the box in there and try to make it a little different game than when they're on offense. And so we can get some running lanes and we can throw the ball. They're going to match up with you and play back there. They got excellent athletes. They're very well coached, I think, in every position. I mean, you can tell there's a ton of improvement from last year to this year, and plus just from we scrimmaged them till now, they've really improved. They've got some very good athletes at the skill positions, and so we're going to have to try to, be able to protect long enough to throw the ball, and spread them out some and take advantage of our athletic ability out wide.
All right, that's Coach Jimmy May's thoughts on both the Panthers' offense and defense, Tim.
All right, so the Indians and the Cumberland Gap Panthers getting ready to square off here in the first round of the 2A playoffs here tonight. It's going to be pretty nice weather considering. I mean, it's colder than it's been for any of the games all year long, of course, but it does feel a little bit more like football weather to a lot of folks. It certainly has that chill in the air like playoff time, but there's no precipitation expected tonight. The field's in great condition, and it looks beautiful tonight. If you missed earlier, we were talking about the fact that the O emblazoned with the spear has been painted at midfield for the first time in 17 years. It's making its appearance, and it looks really good out there tonight. And it's going to help the Indian players be excited about this, as well as the fans, as we see a few more folks streaming in. About 15 minutes to kickoff. In case you were listening to us and thinking, I've got plenty of time, it's not the standard 7:30 kick tonight. It is a playoff 7 o'clock kickoff coming up. So be ready for that, because action is going to kick off here in just over 15 minutes from Dr. M.E. Thompson Field. And there's plenty of seats remaining here at Jim May Stadium for you to come in and be a part of that. So we're going to take a quick break for our sponsors here as well. And when we return, we'll have more of our pregame. It's the Cumberland Gap Panthers and the Oneida Indians coming up right after this.
South Fork Physical Therapy is proud to support the Scott Highlanders and the Oneida Indians. With offices in both Huntsville and Oneida, one of our 6 doctors of physical therapy are always close by. We regularly treat back and neck pain, general sprains and strains, vertigo or dizziness, TMJ disorders, as well as post-operative patients. We accept all insurances and flexible payment plans are available. At South Fork Physical Therapy, we strive to make your experience accessible, affordable, and enjoyable.
Football makes people happy. At United Cumberland Bank, totally free checking makes our customers happy. If you are not completely satisfied with your checking account, come see me and find out why more Scott Countyans are choosing United Cumberland Bank. This is Tammy Strunk, new accounts representative, and I would appreciate your business. United Cumberland Bank, member FDIC, $50 minimum deposit to open. Other fees may apply. Ask us for details.
Home improvement doesn't have to break the bank. At Salvage LLC, we have everything you need to finish your new home or to give a makeover to your existing home. From a full line of laminated and vinyl flooring to interior and exterior doors to crown molding and baseboards, start your next home project at Salvage LLC. Stop by and check out our model kitchen setup for ideas on how to take your kitchen from functional to stunning. Salvage LLC is located on Industrial Lane in Oneida. Open 8:30 a.m. until 5 p.m., Monday through Friday. Find us online at salvagellc.net.
El Rey is Scott County's home for great Mexican flavor. Located in Oneida Plaza, we're just up the sidewalk from Walmart. From our fresh chips that are made daily to our chicken or beef fajitas that are big enough to share, El Rey uses the freshest ingredients to serve authentic Mexican dishes that will be a hit with the entire family. Stop in before the game on Friday or pop in on Saturday and watch college football on one of nearly a dozen screens while you eat. That's El Rey Azteca, open until 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 10 p.m. on weekends.
Welcome back to Jim May Stadium at Dr. M.E. Thompson Field, just about 13 minutes away from playoff football. And as we always say, I know people get tired of hearing us say this, but it just doesn't seem right. The season has escalated this quickly. It seems like just a little while ago we were sitting in Williamsburg getting things together, and we've had our struggles this year. The Indians have had their struggles turning over and penalties, and we've had our struggles getting the broadcast going like we want it to go. But we feel like things are in a good direction, and we had a good broadcast last 2 weeks video-wise. There is no video tonight. If you're hanging around hoping to see some video this evening, that's not going to happen. Playoffs, it goes up a little extra. If the Indians can win tonight, then we'll reserve judgment on whether or not next week is going to be possible, and it depends on where you go, too. The Indians have to win, first off. They have to take care of business and get the win. And then after that, who's your opponent? Well, if it's York, then we're here at home. Then we might have an option or a shot to bring you some playoff video in round 2. If we win and make it to round 2 and go to South Green, then we might have to ask permission. So we'll keep you updated on that. The first order of business is to get the win. And right now, we're going to get another break for our sponsors as they get ready for the national anthem. Pregame taking place here at Dr. M.E. Thompson Field. More on Cumberland Gap and Oneida when we return right after this.
South Fork Physical Therapy is proud to support the Scott Highlanders and the Oneida Indians. With offices in both Huntsville and Oneida, one of our 6 doctors of physical therapy are always close by. We regularly treat back and neck pain, general sprains and strains, vertigo or dizziness, TMJ disorders, as well as post-operative patients. We accept all insurances and flexible payment plans are available. At South Fork Physical Therapy, we strive to make your experience accessible, affordable, and enjoyable.
Home improvement doesn't have to break the bank. At Salvage LLC, we have everything you need to finish your new home or to give a makeover to your existing home. From a full line of laminated and vinyl flooring to interior and exterior doors to crown molding and baseboards, start your next home project at Salvage LLC. Stop by and check out our model kitchen setup for ideas on how to take your kitchen from functional to stunning. Salvage LLC is located on Industrial Lane in Oneida. Open 8:30 a.m. until 5 p.m., Monday through Friday. Find us online at salvagellc.net.
Football makes people happy. At United Cumberland Bank, totally free checking makes our customers happy. If you are not completely satisfied with your checking account, come see me and find out why more Scott Countyans are choosing United Cumberland Bank. This is Tammy Strunk, new accounts representative, and I would appreciate your business. United Cumberland Bank, member FDIC, $50 minimum deposit to open. Other fees may apply. Ask us for details.
Odds are there's a Potter's Ace Hardware right in your neighborhood, with expert advice and the right tools and supplies to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their stuff. Potter's Ace has a convenient location on Industrial Lane here in Oneida. Visit the helpful folks at Potter's Ace for all your home improvement needs. Potter's Ace, the helpful place.
All right, there's your Pride of the Tribe, wrapping up the national anthem. And we will bring you the Pride of the Tribe, bringing you the alma mater now. All right, the Pride of the Tribe breaking into Rocky Top with the pregame here tonight for the playoffs. So the Oneida Indians getting set for this first-round matchup versus Cumberland Gap. You know, guys, you've heard me talk about the computer rankings this year. And I know we take them with a grain of salt, but it's always interesting to me how they jockey around and move. So here's how it stands. At the end of the season, Sonny Moore's computer rankings had South Green rated highest out of these. We're talking about the 8 teams in our quadrant. South Green was number 100 in the state with an 8-2 record. And then right behind them at 111 was Hampton at 6-2 with a 113 rating. Rockwood 3 spots behind Hampton with a 112 rating. And then it drops all the way down to Monterey, who is number 125. Even though they were third in the region, they are ahead of Oneida there at a 109 rating. And then the Indians come in at 193 with a 96 rating. And it's followed by Cumberland Gap, got an 84, Happy Valley with a 71. So the computers got a little bit kinder to Oneida last week when all things were looked at in the schedule. But still, not a lot of respect for the Indians. And, you know, as we mentioned, Oneida had their best game of the year against the Monterey Wildcats. And but when you look at the 4 teams that come out of our region and the 4 teams in that other region, I really think anything can happen out of these playoffs tonight.
I believe so too. I mean, you have some pretty good matchups, and you know York is always a tough out. So I think they're going to fight their tail off up at or over at South Green, and that'll be a good ball game. And you got Monterey and Hampton. Wow, if I wasn't here, I want to see that. Just wouldn't want to go to Hampton, but I think that'll be a good football game, and so I mean there's a lot of good games. Rockwood. Probably going to win that one. So, but there is a lot of good football games in this with the top 3 teams, I think.
Yeah, and I'm just looking forward to not being here at home. I mean, Oneida 7-3. It's been a wonderful season, been a great season. Like I said earlier in the broadcast, I still have a bad taste in my mouth about Coalfield, but you hope the guys have flushed that. You hear them getting rowdy in the tunnel. They've entered the tunnel and getting ready to take the field. So it's all about this new season.
Well, and I think after that Rockwood game, I think all of us thought we would be sitting in Hampton right now, and we're not. So we're thankful for that. And we're looking forward to sitting here at Dr. Emmy Thompson Field for a opening playoff game here in the first round for 2A as the Cumberland Gap Panthers have come to visit the Oneida Indians. We're going to take one more break for our sponsors. When we come back, you're going to hear Coach Jimmy May's final thoughts on his first ever head coaching playoff game, solo head coaching playoff game. That's coming up for you right after this.
Home-style cooking with friendly service and a relaxed atmosphere. That's Razak's. Razak's offers breakfast served daily, just like Grandma fixed it, and daily specials like country fried steak, turkey and dressing, and of course, a fish fry every Friday. Razak's has a full menu, ranging from quick and easy favorites like hamburgers and club sandwiches to comfort foods like pinto beans. And you'll love something off the grill, like grade A cut sirloin, ribeye, or shrimp kebabs. That's Razak's on U.S. Highway 27 in Helenwood. Razak's, country cooking and great steaks.
South Fork Physical Therapy is proud to support the Scott High Highlanders and the Oneida Indians. With offices in both Huntsville and Oneida, one of our 6 doctors of physical therapy are always close by. We regularly treat back and neck pain, general sprains and strains, vertigo or dizziness, TMJ disorders, as well as post-operative patients. We accept all insurances and flexible payment plans are available. At South Fork Physical Therapy, we strive to make your experience accessible, affordable, and enjoyable.
A responsible local bank must branch out into the community it serves. At First National Bank, we realize a community bank must be a strong partner with the community. That's why First National Bank doesn't have branches, but roots that are deeply embedded in the fundamentals and foundations set forth in the past, with a vision for fostering the potential for the future. Since 1904, First National Bank has had only one focus: you. First National Bank. Your family, your future, your bank. Member FDIC.
Scenic Foods is about freshness, with meat cut in-store daily and special cut upon request. A deli that offers fresh meats and cheeses sliced to your choosing. A produce department offering fresh fruits and vegetables, and of course a full line of competitively priced groceries to meet your weekly shopping needs. Scenic Foods is about value and convenience. Don't have time to cook supper? Try our cheese sticks, pizza, and wings, as well as our fresh-made desserts and side dishes. Need to fill an empty pantry? We have all you need at Scenic Foods, located at 7352 Baker Highway in Huntsville.
Well, it's a game, you know. When you get to the playoffs, you can't overlook anybody. You know, I told the kids about teams that have, you know, across the state. They've have played games where they were the favorite and got upset, you know, and got beat because, you know, it's one game deal now. It's a one game season, and they're going to come up here and have some success. You know, they were 4-6, and could have won their last game, been 5-5. They, you know, they're going to come up here ready to play. We got to match that. We can't be thinking about who we can play next week or win. We got to win this week, or there won't be a next week. It's going to be a physical game. They like to run the ball in there, and they will throw it, but they're going to try to get you in the box in there. You know, we can't let them get it 3rd and 8, and then us jump off sides and give them 2 downs to make 3 yards. You know, we can't do stuff like that. We got to get off the field. You know, we got to speed them up somewhat. We can't let them just control the clock and the tempo of the game and limit the possessions. But, you know, we'll have to have some success stopping them on defense, and we got to be able to move the ball and score. And we need to get ahead and make them come from behind because, you know, I don't think their offense is built for that. You know, when you're trying to control the ground, be on the ground, control the clock that way, you know, we want to try to jump out to a lead and try to make them play from behind.
All right, welcome along. It is the Oneida Indians, the Cumberland Gap Panthers. Cumberland Gap comes in with a record of 4-6. They're in their road uniforms. They've got these slate gray helmets with white jerseys, blue numerals trimmed in gray pants. The Oneida Indians here in their home playoff game tonight in their orange jerseys with white numerals, white pants with orange stripes, the white helmet with the orange O emblazoned with the spear and the orange stripe. And we'll mention one more time, midfield here at Dr. Emmy Thompson Field has the orange O emblazoned with the spear here tonight. So a lot of excitement around what's going on here this evening as the Indians and the Panthers get ready to kick it off here tonight.
Had one job to do.
No, there was 2. I forgot to tell you the other one.
Okay.
So, yeah, Oneida wins the toss, and Jaden Anderson will kick it. Oneida deferred to the second half. Jaden will kick from left to right. As you view your dial, deep to return for Cumberland Gap's Panthers will be Dylan Ellison and Braden Painter. Oneida will kick left to right as you view your dial here in this opening quarter of the TSSAA playoffs. Oneida finished second. Cumberland Gap finished third in their respective regions, and the kick is in the air. And this one is angling down to the 10-yard line. Going to let it roll all the way down, and it goes out of bounds just at the pylon. It was a risky move by Dylan Ellison, but it pays off with the penalty flag as the kickoff goes out of bounds. So Cumberland Gap should have good field position to start things off. And for Cumberland Gap, up front, it will be Samuel Seals, the guard. The center. The guards are Cameron Light and Sam Hinkle. The tackles Nicholas McCorkle and Christopher Parton. The tight end is Alan Brooks. Running back Ethan Slusher, Jacob Brown, Bryson Ellis. Tight end Logan Patterson. The quarterback is Lance Owens. No receiver listed in the starting lineup. And it is going to be this tight set of a quarterback under center with the Maryland T behind the quarterback, Lance Owens. They'll start from their 35-yard line in this tight, double tight end set. Here's the pitch sweeping around the right side. This is going to be Ellison, the kickoff man, and he hops up about the 38, close to the 39-yard line. Dylan Ellison on the sweep right picks up about 4 yards on first down. It'll be second down and 6.
Yeah, they run in the Walter Camp T formation. The inventor of the T formation was actually Walter Camp, and they come out and pick up about 3 yards on first down. Matt Brown picking up right where he left off last week, comes up to make the stop on the sideline. Good job.
And they're going to try to stress the edges. I think we're going to see that was a pitch out. I think that's what they're going to try to do and try to establish that. They got a very tight formation offensively, but they're going to stress us on the edge.
I'm going to revise that to a 3-yard carry, so it's a second down and 7. The give is off tackle to the right side, stuffed at the line of scrimmage and pushed backwards here on the carry is going to be Ethan Slusher. He wears 83, but he lined up as a running back. He got a yard here on this carry. It will be third down and 6 for Cumberland Gap at their own 34. They need their 40 for a first down.
C.J. King and Xavier Shoemaker in there on the stop, man. And Coach May was right. You just got to tackle everybody because you don't know where the football is, and that's what we done. Good job by C.J. They've got to be stout in there in the middle.
And this is where we got to be disciplined. Coach May alluded to it. They're going to try to come up and draw you off sides in these 3rd and 5 or 6, and we can't give them anything. And then, again, it puts pressure on them. They're in the stacked eye, Mark.
Corrections from the 39. They'll have a 3rd and 6. Give to the fullback up the middle, and he's going to move it over to the right side to the 45-yard line. And then he's very close to first down yardage where they spot him. Let's see, he's going to be just shy off the right side.
Looked like a generous spot there for Oneida. Looked like he made the line to gain, but they're going to call him about a half a yard short, and it looks like they're going to line up and go for it. They feel like they can get it on these short yardage situations.
I think it was Jacob Brown on the carry. Lance Owens, the quarterback, will be under center now.
Can't jump off sides.
Maryland T behind him, 4th and about a half a yard. Owens under center, takes the snap, gives to the fullback. He's hit at the line. The surge probably got it for him. It's going to be a Cumberland Gap first down just across the 45-yard line here.
Yeah, Xavier Shoemaker makes the stop and has actually been on the last 2 tackles. So he's got 3 so far on this drive. So Xavier playing well. They got a decent push. Xavier got him in. It looked like he had him stopped, but he just kept surging forward, picks up the first down.
Logan Patterson on the carry here this time, and now it's going to be 1st and 10 for Cumberland Gap from their own 46-yard line. 9:50. This is an offense that's going to chew up the clock here tonight. Coach May talked to us about that before the game. Here they are lining up tight again. This time it is a smokestack eye. 3 in a row dotting back there, and the give is to the tailback. He's going to be hit in the backfield and dropped for no gain as penetrating the line was C.J. King, and no gain on the play for Bryson Ellis.
Yep. Yeah, and that's the one thing we got to get, Mark. You got to get penetration, and you got to get back there quick. It's hard to do it when they line up shoulder to shoulder, foot to foot.
Yeah.
But CJ was able to do it. That play.
Yeah, he got in that gap hard, and you're not going to take 2 guys and block CJ King if he don't want you to. CJ got in the backfield, man, blew it up. yard loss on the play.
So back to the 45. It's 2nd down and 11. They need the Oneida 44 for a first down. Oneida moves off sides here, and here comes the flag. They get the Indians to jump early on 2nd down and 11, so it will become 2nd down and 6 up at the 49-yard line of Cumberland Gap. You all talked about it, and I'm sure the coaches did, but there it goes.
You get them in a situation of 2nd and long, and that's what you want when you got this offense. Is you want to get them in a backed up in that kind of situation. We're 2 feet from the football. How do you jump off sides?
Yeah.
Doggone.
You don't listen to cadence. You don't watch body movement. Body movement is illegal, but most good quarterbacks are going to do a head bob or something. You're looking right at the football.
Yeah.
So it's going to be at the 50 with a 2nd down and 6. Ball at the 50. Cumberland Gap trying to get into Oneida territory here in this Maryland eye. Here's the give. Sweep around or through the right side across the 45-yard line down to the 44, down to the 43. I think it's going to be enough for a first down carry here. I believe it was Jacob Brown on the carry.
Colton Darty, T.D. Ryan on the stop, but it's so confusing to try to keep up with who has the football. I thought it was going around right end, and it was right up the middle, right up the gut right there, and their offensive line doing a pretty good job so far.
So now 1st and 10, Cumberland Gap. Clock is now at 8 minutes. They have taken 4 minutes of this first quarter. They're in Oneida territory with a fresh set of downs at the 43 with a 1st and 10. Same formation. As the quarterback Owens gets under center with a trio of running backs lined behind him. Takes the snap, little misdirection. Here's the give, and this on the carry is going to be Ethan Slusher off right tackle, pushes inside the 40 down to the 39-yard line. About a 4-yard gain. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Look like Lorenzo Garcia, also Elijah Phillips on the stop. You can't let them get 5 yards on first down, John.
No, and they're very deliberate in what they're doing. They get a 40-second play clock, and they're winding that thing down to about 10 every time. The quarterback's going over and having a chat with the coach on every play call, and he's bringing it back to the huddle, and just very deliberate and just taking the air out of this game right now.
Coach May talked about them running a 22-play series in the preseason scrimmage. Now you have the smokestack eye, as Mark termed it here, with a 2nd down and 6 at the Oneida 39-yard line. Here's going to be the give to 24 off the right side. First try, he ran into the line, then he bounces it out to the right, and that's going to be Jacob Brown coming up with the run up near the 35-yard line. Now he's going to be shy of the first down, but another good rush for Cumberland Gap that looked bad at first, looked like no gain, but the second effort from Brown turns this into a 3rd down and 2 at the Oneida 35.
Yeah, Caden Terry in there on the stop that time, but looked like we had him stopped at the line of scrimmage and just couldn't get him wrapped up and bringing him down. But you just got to tackle everybody. Got to tackle every back that comes out of the backfield, no matter if they got the football or not.
And certainly on this side of the 50, you would think a 3rd and 2 is 2-down territory for Cumberland Gap.
I would think so.
I think they're going to be in 4-down territory all night, guys.
Yeah, smokestack eye, I think you're right. Here for Cumberland Gap at the Oneida 35-yard line. Owens takes the snap, gives. This is going to be Brown over the right side, and Jacob Brown in that tailback position of this smokestack eye. I think he's going to be shy of the first down, but it'll be less than a yard. So 4th and less than a yard coming up again here.
Ryland Duncan on the stop, and yeah, they're going to definitely go for it.
And they're going to measure this. This thing is so close and try to get a better perspective. But, you know, that fullback give is giving us fits. I mean, you're just having to fight through them monster guards, and that center, they got some girth there. And they're he's just getting in behind them, and we're not able to get to the back in time.
Yep. Half of the first quarter is gone. Over half. We're at 5:49 to play in the first quarter as they stretch out the chain here in Cumberland Gap.
It may be a first down the way it looks.
Yeah, they're going to stretch it as far as they can, and
wow,
they're eyeing it up. I mean, it is.
Got a credit card?
No kidding. It is so close. It is inches away. We got the South Green chains here tonight, so it's going to be 4th down.
Well, whatever you got to do.
Just thought we'd mention that.
Whatever you got to do.
So it's going to be 4th and inches for Cumberland Gap. They're just inside the Oneida 34-yard line here with 5:49 to play in the first quarter. And the quarterback, Lance Owens, After they get the chains reset, he comes from Coach McPherson from the sideline. Out with the plan. Shares it with his teammates. Will it be another hard count? Could be an interesting move. It's the Maryland T formation as they line up behind him across. And now here's the snap, and they give. And it's going to be a first down carry here for Ethan Slusher off the right side. Plenty enough. He gets it up to the 32-yard line for a first down for the Cumberland Gap Panthers. Clock with 5:34 to go in the first quarter. This is the opening possession for Cumberland Gap in a scoreless game in the first round of the 2A playoffs.
Yeah, and they're just they're keeping it pretty much between the tackles. They've had a couple of outside runs, but they're keeping it pretty much between the tackles. And you talked about a lot of girth up there on the offensive line, Johnny. I bet they go 280, 290 across the front.
Yeah, and they're just, like I said, deliberate comes to mind, and I've already said that. But, they're just taking their time. They're methodical. They're not getting in a rush. It's a cool night. You want to stress guys of this size, but you just don't have an opportunity.
Here's the smokestack eye again, and the snap is given. The tailback's going to have it. This time C.J. King is going to bring him down for no gain, maybe a loss here. Bryson Ellis, as he tried to go off the left side a little bit, but C.J. wrapped him up. It'll be about a half-yard loss, 2nd and 10.5 for Cumberland Gap. We saw this happen earlier, and then they immediately followed it up with a hard count and picked up 5 yards. So we'll see.
Yeah, and what your defensive line coach, your defensive coach will be saying, flex a little bit off the ball, back up a little bit, and that gives you a little room to jump if you're going to do that. But you got to be disciplined up there. You got to watch that football. You're right on it. There's no excuse to jump off sides.
12 minutes into this game, and there's only 4:15 left in the first quarter. And here is a 2nd and 11 from the Oneida 33. Little misdirection off the right side, falling forward, finding a hole. Ethan Slusher takes it inside the 30-yard line, and they're going to spot him all the way down to the 27. So that was a very effective run for Ethan Slusher, picking up about 5.5. It will be 3rd and 5 now for Cumberland Gap. They're at the Oneida 27.
Yeah, that's a little counter is what it looks like, Mark. I don't know, but it has destroyed us. We've not been able to hold them to anything reasonable on that play, and I would look for them to go to it a couple of times more right here on 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I maybe start rotating them defensive linemen around a little bit because it seems like they have predominantly went away from C.J. King.
At the Oneida 27, a 3rd down and 5. Here's the snap. Again, a little misdirection. This is Slusher again off the right side. Same play. John L. talked about. This time it'll push all the way up inside the 23, and they may have to measure again. This is so very close to another first down. Actually, when they set it down, it's going to be just shy. It'll be 4th and about a foot. We've been here twice before on 4th and short for Cumberland Gap on this drive, and they've been able to get it each and every time. We're now inside 3 minutes of the first quarter in playoff football. Oneida hasn't touched the football as the opening drive for Cumberland Gap has eaten up now over 9 minutes. They have a 4th and about a foot now at the Oneida 22.5-yard line. They're going to be in a Maryland T formation again here on 4th and a foot. And the quarterback, Lance Owens, is under center. He takes the snap, and he hands it quickly off the left side. I think it's Slusher again, maybe the hot hand, taking it inside the 20 down near the 19. They do go with Ethan Slusher again, and it's a fresh set of downs now for Cumberland Gap in the red zone. They're inside the Oneida 20 with 2:25 and ticking.
Yeah, and nothing seems to be stopping them, so they're moving it methodically down the field. And 3 yards, 4 yards, 3 yards, 4 yards. I mean, it's just first down. 4 yards in a cloud of dust. It's ain't nothing the Indians has done so far. We got them for one, maybe a couple of plays for minus yardage, but other than that, they have moved it well.
All right, Lance Owens under center with a trio of running backs behind him on 1st and 10 at the 19. Hands it to Slusher, or fakes it to Slusher. They go off the right side, get it down to about the 17. It's about a 2-yard carry. And I just want to point out here, I played, our friend we mentioned last week, Peb Henry, we played a lot of NCAA college football. This is what he would run and drive people crazy. We would play this online, and people would get so mad they would turn their machine off because you're just getting 2 and 3 yards at a time, eating up the clock, and that's what this reminds me of. It's a 2-yard carry. It's going to be 2nd down and 8 for Cumberland Gap at the Oneida 17.
You know, we're sitting here watching it, and I can't discern where he is sticking that football. I mean, it's unreal.
Maryland T again, and now Owens, is he audibling, stands up, barks out a signal, takes the snap, and now gives it, I think it's Slusher off the right side, and he's going to take it inside the 15 down to about the 14, about a 3-yard gain, and it's going to be 3rd and 5, and we have less than a minute to go here in the first quarter. Cumberland Gap has taken this opening possession. They're about to take the whole opening quarter. Oneida's got to find a way here. Cumberland Gap at the Oneida 14. They started at their own 35.
Got a feel of a middle school game where you only get so many, you get 4 or 5 possessions,
absolutely.
And it's over. That's what this thing feels like.
Mistakes can be magnified in situations like this.
This is a huge play. If we can hold them to little to no gain, it puts a lot of pressure on that 4th down call.
From the 13, or from the 14, it's 3rd and 5. Here's the snap. Quarterback gives it off the left side. The Indians do come up to the task. No gain on the play, and that's going to be the end of the first quarter of play. If that can be believed, yeah, you'll have to believe it. So we're going to take a break after 1 quarter of play from Dr. M.E. Thompson Field. It is the Oneida Indians 0 and the Cumberland Gap Panthers 0.
A responsible local bank must branch out into the community it serves. At First National Bank, we realize a community bank must be a strong partner with the community. That's why First National Bank doesn't have branches, but roots that are deeply embedded in the fundamentals and foundations set forth in the past, with a vision for fostering the potential for the future. Since 1904, First National Bank has had only one focus: you. First National Bank. Your family, your future, your bank. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Jim May Stadium at Dr. M.E. Thompson Field. It is the second quarter, getting ready to start. Oneida has not had the football in their offensive possession. 17 minutes of play time, and it's Cumberland Gap with a 4th down and 5 at the Oneida 14.
And just got a stat, 18 plays, they've converted 3 4th down.
And they're going for number 4 right here.
Hey, and the time of possession is 12 minutes to none.
Yeah. Yeah.
You are, yeah. I mean, he didn't even need a calculator.
I'm crediting Kevin for that one.
Kevin is on top of things tonight.
It's at the 14-yard line with a 4th down and 5 for Cumberland Gap. They've not gone to the air tonight. They haven't needed to. But now they face their biggest 4th down. Will they try to get the hard count? Let's see.
I can guarantee you that was discussed between quarters more than once from the coaching staff.
And we flexed off the ball.
Owens has the Maryland T behind him.
I mean,
as he gets set.
Look at that, guys, shoulder to shoulder.
4th down and 5 at the Oneida 14-yard line. Owens gets under center, moving left to right now here in the second quarter. Takes the snap. He's looking to throw. Gives the flare pattern out. It's dropped. Incomplete. And a turnover on downs. Braden Painter couldn't hang on. Even if he had, he wouldn't have had the first down.
No, we was all over that one. But it was a good play call. It was a good play call by that Cumberland Gap coaching staff. Maybe get us lulled to sleep a little bit, running it off tackle, and then come out here on a flare pass and out into the flat. But the Indians was all over. Great job.
I think it's a good wake-up call for the Indians, too, to understand, look, every possession is precious.
That's exactly right.
So here we go. With Oneida's first possession, they will start at their own 14-yard line with possession number 1, and it comes with 11:56 to play here.
And if we can, Tim, let's circle back to your point after this play.
Caden Rector in the shotgun with T.J. Meredith to his left. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Wing back on the right side, Hunter Shoemaker. Here's to give T.J. Meredith off the right side. He's at the 20. He's at the 25, 30. He's out to the 35, out to the 40, or to the 39-yard line. 1 carry for T.J. Meredith, and it's a First National Bank first down for the Oneida Indians at their own 39.
Gash them. And I think that's what our offense can do to them. We can knock off big plays in a hurry, John, and hopefully that'll be the difference.
And we talked about it, when we led off this thing, Mark. Oneida needs to score some points and put pressure on this Cumberland Gap defense.
Now from their own 39-yard line. 1st and 10, snap. Rector looking to throw for the first time. Pump fake. Now he goes down the left side. There's a hold. McLaurin Love, and there comes the flag as the cornerback trying to hang on. He did hang on. Wes Bunch had a hold of McLaurin Love, and they're going to have pass interference here. So Oneida is going to get another. Well, I don't want to jump the official. Let's make sure we get the signal here and that I'm correct. It is pass interference, so it's another First National Bank first down for the Indians.
Impeded progress right there. McLaurin Love had him beat on the inside.
Yeah.
There was the safety was on the other side of the field, so if the throw was there, it was going for 6.
Ball goes into Cumberland Gap territory on Oneida's first possession. It'll be 1st and 10 Indians at the 46 of Cumberland Gap. 11:21 to play here in the first half. And Oneida, 2 plays, 2 first downs, 1 on the ground, 1 by penalty. Caden Rector looks at the sideline, getting some last-minute instruction here with T.J. Meredith off to his right. Got Ben Buttram and T.D. Ryan over to the left. Now Hunter Shoemaker comes in motion to the right side. That's the wide side of the field. Here's the snap and the give. T.J. Meredith, a little hesitation. He squirts across the 45-yard line down to the 44, close to the 43 of Cumberland Gap. And that will go for a gain of right at 3 yards on first down. It'll be 2nd and 7 Indians.
Yeah, just a step away, man. He bounced it back inside and got stopped, but he's just a step away.
And he was a step away because they started with a 3-man front, but they walked 3 linebackers up in each gap, Mark, and we got it blocked at the point of attack. And like to your point,
that's 9.
Yeah, 10 maybe. But if he can get through that, he's gone.
2nd down and 7 now from the shotgun. Caden Rector takes the snap, hands off. This is going to be Rylan Duncan over the left side, gets inside the 40, down to the 39, to the 38. And on the carry for Rylan, pushing the ball forward, it's going to bring up now a 2nd down and 2 as he picks up 5 on the carry.
Yeah, and if you can get past that line of scrimmage, you're right. They walk them up in every gap. They're trying to stop that powerful run of the Indians, and if you get on that second level, man, you got a lot of room to run.
And if they're going to do that, we got to run off tackle, kind of seal that in and get them gone.
3rd down 2 at the Cumberland Gap 38 from the shotgun. Rector with Duncan to his left. Caden takes the snap, hands it off to Rylan, or fakes it to Rylan, keeps it, now goes 35-30, 25-20. Little hesitation move by Caden as he darts inside the 15 all the way down to the 13-yard line. Caden Rector on the carry for the First National Bank, first down.
What a read by Caden Rector right there. He seen that Rylan was going to be taken away right there at the line of scrimmage. He pulled the ball at the last second, come around the end.
That defensive end was his read, and he crashed to the running back. He pulled it. Easy call by him. Made it look easy, I should say, and a nice run to cap it off.
Now at the Cumberland Gap 13, Indians in the orange zone. It will be Rector in the shotgun, Duncan to his left, 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. The right is the wide side of the field as the Indians move right to left at the Cumberland Gap 13. Here's the snap. Rector gives to Duncan, starts left, goes back right, gets inside the 10, still stretching forward, driving, hard run all the way down to the 7-yard line for Rylan Duncan. He's going to pick up on the carry right at 6 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 4 for the Indians at the 7 of Cumberland Gap. 9-minute mark of the first half. We're scoreless. This is the first Oneida offensive possession.
Pushing it down the field.
Yeah, and I think you've seen what I saw. We both kind of grunted. That ball kind of flung out there like a sack of taters. Get that thing high and tight.
Now on 2nd down and 4 at the 7. T.J. Meredith, the running back now from the shotgun. Here's the snap. Rector hands to Meredith off the right side. He bursts through into the end zone. Touchdown, T.J. Meredith, 7-yard touchdown run.
Man, so quick through the hole right there. There was a big hole to run through, but that one cut, T.J. is just darts through the hole and gets into the end zone. Great play.
I think that's a good way to look at it, Mark. This offensive line kind of showed its will here in this first drive, and they showed out a little bit. These running backs were the beneficiaries of that, but wow, that offensive line did come to play tonight.
So now the extra point attempt, McLaurin Love to hold, Aiden Love to attempt the extra point. And here's the snap, the hold, the kick is on the way from Aiden, and this kick is good. Timeout on the field. Your score with 8:46 to play in the first half. It's Oneida 7 and Cumberland Gap 0.
Football makes people happy. At United Cumberland Bank, totally free checking makes our customers happy. If you are not completely satisfied with your checking account, come see me and find out why more Scott Countyans are choosing United Cumberland Bank. This is Tammy Strunk, new accounts representative, and I would appreciate your business. United Cumberland Bank, member FDIC, $50 minimum deposit to open, Other fees may apply. Ask us for details.
Alan Brooks, is that your name?
Welcome back to Jim May Stadium at Dr. M.E. Thompson Field. It was a T.J. Meredith touchdown run of 7 yards, the extra point from Aiden Love. And with 8:46 to play here in the first half, it's Oneida 7 and Cumberland Gap 0.
Yeah, he started that. T.J. started the drive with a big long run, and then he finished it.
And I think you might hear a little bit of a relief sigh that went out of the crowd, because Cumberland Gap, they came in and I believe they ran their game plan to perfection. Oneida was able to stop them on a 4th down play and then stick it in the end zone. So a little bit of pressure off Oneida.
Jaden Anderson will kick it off. It's angling toward the sideline. This one's going to go out of bounds as well. So Cumberland Gap now going left to right here in the second quarter. Will start at their own 35-yard line with 8:46 remaining in this first half. Now they come out, the Panthers, trailing 7-0.
He's getting an earful from Coach May right there, kicking it out of bounds. But, yeah, and the key on defense for the Indians was just getting them in a 4th down and long situation, 4th and 5 or better. That's how the Indians can win this football game.
And you got to, they're just going to come out and you got to be disciplined every play. They're going to try to draw you off sides a couple of times, and I think they did that more than once in that drive. We did get caught when he changed the play. I think he'd walked up there to do that, and then he changed the play.
Now from their 35-yard line back to the Maryland I, and the quarterback Lance Owens under center with a trio of running backs behind him. Wide side of the field's left. They're going to pitch it, and running that way is Dylan Ellison trying to find a place to cut it back against the grain. Now he's got some running room if he can get back out here, but accelerating up is Landon Lindbergh, and then
hello, darling! Matt Brown comes up and blows him up at the end of the play.
He ran 50 yards this way and that way to get that at the end.
It's a 4-yard gain for Dylan Ellison, and Landon Lindbergh pushed him back into the lanes for Matthew Brown to clean it up harshly. Yeah. It will be 2nd and 6, Cumberland Gap at their own 39.
Boy, he looked like he had some room to run and looked like Matt Brown was shot out of a gun.
Yeah, and that's what you want from your secondary, come up strong. Don't sit back.
Cumberland Gap up against time here with 3 seconds to get the playoff in a smokestack eye on 2nd and 6. They get it off. They give to the fullback over the left side, and he is stacked up and brought down. Good job by the Indians. That's going to be Jacob Brown on the carry and a loss of yardage. So all of a sudden the Indian defense is beginning to get negative plays on the Cumberland Gap running game and bringing up now a 3rd and 6 for Cumberland Gap at their own 39.
The coaches upstairs, the coaches on the field, they're talking to the players now, and you start to get reads. When these plays start coming, you start looking for things, and I think Oneida's picking up on subtle little things that they're doing. Now you got to keep everything in front of you, but the Oneida defense on this drive so far, this series of downs, playing much stiffer.
All right, so you got to watch for the hard count here. It's a Maryland T from their own 39-yard line, needing their own 45. Here's a little misdirection off the right side, and this is going to be on the carry, number 83, Ethan Slusher. Slusher's going to push it out to the 43-yard line. He'll be 2 yards shy of a first down, maybe more like a yard and a half. It's 4th down, Cumberland Gap on this yard and a half. The coach looks at the clock, looks at the ball, 6:44 to go, first half. You need a yard and a half. Now he's checking the sticks, and now he's telling his quarterback what to do. Go back in there and do what? Hard count? I keep saying that, but I mean.
This could be the play of the game right here, because if you turn it over, in your own territory, Oneida scores, put you down 2 scores, that puts a lot of stress on an offense that's not prolific to score.
4th and a yard and a half from their own 43 and a half. Here's the give off right side.
No.
Very close. I think he's got him spotted with it.
He got it with that spot.
It's going to be Slusher off the right side, and the near side judge spots it and says it is enough for a Cumberland Gap first down. I'm with you, Mark. I don't think it was this far. I think it was worth a measure, because I think the front of the ball was more back at the line.
Yeah, he gave him the spot of his helmet. He didn't give him the spot of the ball. Yeah, it's right here in front of us. That was a generous spot. The thing is, that 3rd down play, they were able to get 4 or 5 yards on that 3rd down. That's what you got to prevent. You got to get them to 3rd and long and
3rd and 5 or better.
Yeah.
Now they work from their own 45-yard line with a 1st and 10. It's the smokestack eye here, stacked up for Cumberland Gap. moving left to right, and the give is to the tailback off the left side, following his blockers, pushing forward. This is going to be Logan Patterson on the carry as he takes it into Oneida territory across the 50 to the Indian 49. No, I'm changed that. That's going to be Bryson Ellison, 38 on the carry.
Cameron Kidd on the stop. Yeah, and once you shoot the gap if a defensive lineman and you know, you got to play flat. Got to get it the yard deep, no farther. Don't run upfield. Get in there and tackle the dang back, whoever it is, if it's fullback, the first tailback, or the second tailback, or the first halfback, second halfback. You gotta tackle. Everybody's coming through the hole, and we didn't do that. We had 3 linemen 4 yards upfield that didn't touch anybody.
And we talked about it. Discipline every play.
Cumberland Gap quarterback stands over with his coach. They watch the clock tick down on the play clock, and he comes out with about 24 seconds to go on it. Now, with 10 seconds to go on the play clock, it's 2nd down and 4. Cumberland Gap at the Oneida 43.5 or 48.5 yard line. Here's a little give to the left side, and it's going to be stacked up there by on the carry. It's Jacob Brown, and he picked up about a yard on the play. So that was a good play by the Indians. Still a lot of players running and confusion on where the ball is. This is a very effective offense for Cumberland Gap. It's going to bring up now a 3rd down and 3 for the Gap at the Oneida 48.
Yeah, old Elias Phillips, he read that play all the way, stayed at home. He's got 5 tackles so far, playing a heck of a ball game in there, but he's reading and staying at home and reading his keys, making tackles on that defense.
So here's the 48-yard line with a 3rd down and 3. The smokestack I formation. Here's the snap and the give off the left side, and this is going to be a carry. I believe this is Logan Patterson. Change that. It's going to be Bryson Ellis on the carry. Bryson Ellis takes it down to the 41 for a 1st and 10 for Cumberland Gap with 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the first half. Oneida leads 7-0.
And that's where I was going. They better speed it up. They've only got 3.5 minutes if they want to score.
Well, they do have timeouts.
Yeah.
So at the 41-yard line of Oneida, here once again Lance Owens under center with a Maryland T behind him. He takes the snap. A little misdirection off the right side. Oh, there's a hole to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, to the 15, and down inside the 10-yard line on the carry. And they do break one open here. It's going to be Slusher on the carry with the hitter that breaks open all the way down to the Oneida 6-yard line with 3 minutes to go in the first half. Now they got plenty of time, John.
They do. I had to say that, didn't I?
You did. You messed that whole thing up, John. Messed it all up. Matt Brown saved the touchdown right there, coming from behind him, bringing him down. But, boy, that's the thing. You got everybody bunched in there. If you get past that first level, you can go with it.
And I still wasn't sure he had the football as he's running down the field. I mean, you had to look twice, and that's what our defense is having to deal with.
At the 6, that was Ethan Slusher on the carry. He's now the front man in the smokestack I. Here's the snap and the give. This is going to be to Bryson Ellis off the left side. Ellis pushes it all the way down outside the goal line, but to the 2. That will be a 4-yard carry for Bryson Ellis and bring up a 2nd and goal from the Oneida 2 with 2 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the first half.
I started to say, if you're Oneida, you may consider using timeout so you can score before half or try because you're getting that ball to start the second half. But we're not doing that. We're letting it run down.
It's inside 2 minutes now.
And this just won't to right now. I mean, their offensive line is dominating us right now.
They're going to call a timeout because the quarterback's still over at the sideline. So we're going to take a break here as Cumberland Gap is going to have a 2nd and goal from the 2 when we return. Timeout on the field. We take the break with your score. 1:43 to play in just the first half. It's Oneida 7, Cumberland Gap 0.
Odds are there's a Potter's Ace Hardware right in your neighborhood, with expert advice and the right tools and supplies to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their stuff. Potter's Ace has a convenient location on Industrial Lane here in Oneida. Visit the helpful folks at Potter's Ace for all your home improvement needs. Potter's Ace, the helpful place.
Welcome back to Jim May Stadium at Dr. M.E. Thompson Field. It is a 1:43 to go in the first half. quick-moving first half as the Cumberland Gap Panthers have dominated the time of possession. This is only their second possession of the game. Oneida has had one possession. They scored a touchdown on that, on a T.J. Meredith touchdown run, and they got the extra point, and they lead 7-0. But Cumberland Gap at this time has a 2nd and goal at the Oneida 2, looking to try to tie this thing up possibly. And they are executing their game plan to almost perfection here tonight. They have a smokestack I formation behind quarterback Owens. And here we go. Owens has Ellis in the back of that. He's under center. He'll take the snap, gives to Ellis. He's hit in the backfield and taken down for no gain. Quickly around the corner there, and it was T.J. Meredith, I think, hit him first. Clock will be at 1:38 to go.
And Oneida calls a timeout.
Oneida calls a timeout. It'll be 3rd and goal from the 2. A break for our sponsors. We'll be back. Your score with 1:38 to play in the first half. Oneida 7, Cumberland Gap 0.
El Rey is Scott County's home for great Mexican flavor. Located in Oneida Plaza, we're just up the sidewalk from Walmart. From our fresh chips that are made daily to our chicken or beef fajitas that are big enough to share, El Rey uses the freshest ingredients to serve authentic Mexican dishes that will be a hit with the entire family. Stop in before the game on Friday or pop in on Saturday and watch college football on one of nearly a dozen screens while you eat. That's El Rey Azteca, open until 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 10 p.m. on weekends.
Welcome back to Jim May Stadium at Dr. M.E. Thompson Field. The Oneida Indians with a 7-0 lead on that T.J. Meredith touchdown run. You see the Twitter scroll going on, all kinds of new things going. Even though we don't have video tonight, there's things to watch on the screen. Most importantly, you see the score. It's Oneida 7, Cumberland Gap 0 here. 1:38 to play in the second quarter. Cumberland Gap now comes out of an Oneida timeout with a 3rd and goal from the 2. Ellis is in the back. Slusher is the fullback with a wing back over on the left side. 3rd and goal from the 2. Here's the snap and the give. This is going to be Ellis hit in the backfield. No gain on the play. Might have lost a yard. And the Indians are there letting the clock roll right now. What will the choice be? Cumberland Gap's got 4th and goal. We'll call it from the 2 as the Indian defense stiffens up here. And the clock runs with 1:20 to play. Cumberland Gap can take it all the way down to 50 seconds and call a timeout. That may be what they do here. They're standing over on the sideline. Brett McPherson with his quarterback. It's 20 seconds to go, and it is what they're going to do. They're just going to take it down to the timeout and see what happens here. It's inside a minute now.
44, Lorenzo Garcia and Xavier Shoemaker blew that play up.
Break for our sponsors, 55 seconds to play. Cumberland Gap with a 4th and goal to 2. When we come back, your score is Oneida 7, Cumberland Gap 0.
Lumber King in Oneida, Tennessee is the region's one-stop shop for everything a DIYer might need. Carhartt apparel, rugged clothing that works as hard as you do. Lumber King Rental Center, a home for not only tools that a construction site might need, but heavy equipment that can get the hardest jobs done in no time. Here at Lumber King, we carry all of the essentials. Let us be your #1 source for everything construction. You can visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee. Because at Lumber King, we deliver.
Welcome back to Jim May Stadium at Dr. M.E. Thompson Field. 55 seconds to play here in the first half, and it is a 4th and goal at the Oneida 2-yard line for Cumberland Gap. The Indians have they have 2 timeouts remaining. Cumberland Gap has 1, and now it's a 4th and goal at the 2. You've got Slusher and Ellis and Brown across in the Maryland T. Owens takes the snap, gives to Slusher off the right side, and
no siree.
No signal yet. They say touchdown, Cumberland Gap. The Gap gets the touchdown from 1.5 yards out, and they cut the Oneida lead to 1. It was a late signal, folks.
Very late signal. Looked like we got somebody off the edge there that made the stop, and he must have stretched that ball out right there when he was going down.
When he was laying on the ground.
Now the extra point attempt. Will Cumberland Gap go for 2 and the lead, or will they kick an extra point? Looks like they're going for 2. Again, you've got Slusher, Brown, and Ellis in the Maryland tee behind Owens. Going for the lead. Cumberland Gap here for the conversion. Owens trying to get a hard count. Now standing up with 8 seconds on the play clock. Looks over to the sideline. Timeout. Cumberland Gap burns their final one. We'll keep it here with 50 seconds to play in the first half. Next week, one of these two teams will be in action. The winner of tonight's game will will travel to South Green or possibly host York. That's what's going on. This is the you may be thinking, oh, the first quarter's about to be over with 50 seconds. No, it's almost halftime here at Dr. Emmy Thompson Field. Oneida leads 7-6. Cumberland Gap has dominated time of possession and plays, and they have pulled within one of Oneida, and now they're going to go for two and try to take the lead.
And have converted on a couple of fourth downs on this drive too. So they don't care to go for it when it's 4th and short or 4th and 5. And they picked up a couple of first downs and kept this thing going and got in the end zone.
The touchdown play was a 4th down play, correct?
Yeah.
And we gambled. We gambled a little bit, guys. We could have called a timeout right before that 4th down play and saved about 30, 40 seconds. We chose to put it on our, on our defense, and now we'll see what happens from here.
So you've got Slusher, Brown, and now Ellison. The speed back is in there on the right side of the Maryland tee. Here's the snap. They're pitching to Ellison. He's going to try to get to the corner out on the left side, and he is going to be taken down. No conversion here. Timeout on the field. Your score, 50 seconds to play in this first half. Your score is Oneida 7 and Cumberland Gap 6.
Football makes people happy. At United Cumberland Bank, totally free checking makes our customers happy. If you are not completely satisfied with your checking account, come see me and find out why more Scott Countyans are choosing United Cumberland Bank. This is Tammy Strunk, new accounts representative, and I would appreciate your business. United Cumberland Bank, member FDIC, $50 minimum deposit to open. Other fees may apply. Ask us for details.
Welcome back to Jim May Stadium at Dr. Emmy Thompson Field. Oneida slated to get the ball to start the second half. This first half, Cumberland Gap has effectively run their game plan, and run is the key word. It's been good drives on 2 possessions. Oneida is about to possess the ball for only the second time in this game. Their first possession netted them a touchdown. It was a T.J. Meredith 7-yard run that capped it off. Aiden Love with the all-important extra point tonight because Cumberland Gap answered with a good drive and a touchdown of their own, and they went for 2 and did not get it. So the Indians lead by 1, and the quarterback Lance Owens will now kick it off for Cumberland Gap. And for Oneida, it is T.J. Meredith and Jarek Hewling back at the Indian 1920 ready for this return.
Who do you kick it to?
Oneida's got 2 timeouts, by the way, 50 seconds. A lot of time.
Yeah, both very explosive back there.
This is a strange form. I mean, we got a lot of guys up close.
Owens makes his way straight onto the football. It's a low kick, and it's covered by Oneida at their own 49-yard line. Now that's great.
Gift.
Yeah.
That is. Kicks it right to the Indians' John Selby.
John Selby, big play right there by Selby for getting that onside kick and great field position.
And let's talk about another big play that we didn't give credit where credit. Meredith stopped the 2-point conversion, came up, was able to seal off the end and drag him to the ground. So
now
great play there.
Now he's the running back. Oneida from their own 49 with 50 seconds and 2 timeouts. Here's the snap. Caden Rector rolling to his left, looking, fires the pass, and it's going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Todd Derrick Ryan and couldn't make the connection there. Stops the clock with 45 seconds to play as the Indians run the hurry up here, leading 7-6.
Yeah, it looked like we had 2 receivers about at the same level right there.
Ryan slipped as he come out of his break, kind of blew up the timing on that play, guys.
So now once again on 2nd down 10 from their own 49. Rector takes the snap, looking, quick pass out to the left. McLaurin Loves makes the catch. He's going to be contacted at about the 47-yard line of Cumberland Gap. He stretches to the 46, and Oneida takes a quick timeout with 39.7 seconds to play. A break with a 3rd and 5 coming up. Your score, it's Oneida 7, Cumberland Gap 6.
South Fork Physical Therapy is proud to support the Scott High Highlanders and the Oneida Indians. With offices in both Huntsville and Oneida, one of our 6 doctors of physical therapy are always close by. We regularly treat back and neck pain, general sprains and strains, vertigo or dizziness, TMJ disorders, as well as post-operative patients. We accept all insurances and flexible payment plans are available. At South Fork Physical Therapy, we strive to make your experience accessible, affordable, and enjoyable.
Welcome back to Jim May Stadium at Dr. Emmy Thompson Field. Oneida with a 3rd and 5 at the 46 of Cumberland Gap.
A couple of scores of interest. I think Monterey is down by 14, and South Green is up by 14.
Oneida really started a late season slide for the Wildcats there, as they're having trouble getting their footing back up in Hampton, trailing by 2 touchdowns. Oneida by 1 right here, but with a 3rd and 5 at the Cumberland Gap 46. Here's the snap. Caden Rector, misdirection, gives to Meredith. He's at the 40, cuts outside 35. He's at the 30. He's at the 25, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds, tapped out of bounds, really, at about the 21-yard line, number 21 on the carry, and it's a First National Bank. First down for the Indians. 32.9 seconds remain, and Oneida still with 2 timeouts.
What an explosive play. Just come back across the formation with Meredith and took off to the races.
1 timeout, I think, is what
the board doesn't seem right. Yeah.
So here's Oneida quickly back to the ball at the 21. Here's the snap. Rector fires, quick pass over to the left side, curling up. McLaurin Love makes the catch, and he takes it up to the 15. So a 6-yard pitch and catch. Oneida's at the 15 of Cumberland Gap, leading 7-6 with a 2nd down and 4. Oneida not huddling. They get back in formation with Ryland Duncan to the right of Caden Rector. And they'll snap it from the 15-yard line on 2nd and 4. Snap Rector, rolling right. He's got pressure. Picked up nicely by Duncan. Here's the toss to Landon Lindbergh, who stretches, dives into the end zone. Touchdown, Indians. Landon Lindbergh takes it to the house for the Oneida score.
He's always got to move. He had one right there at the end. Looked like they was going to stop him short. He dove to the inside and went over the top, baby.
He's got the flair.
He does.
Oh, my goodness.
He does.
I mean, I'm almost ashamed at how much he's the favorite of the 3 of us sometimes, but just love to watch Landon play. It's a 7-point lead. Here's the extra point attempt. The kick on the way from Aiden Love. This kick is good. Timeout on the field. 20 seconds to play in the first half. Your score is Oneida 14, Cumberland Gap 6.
Life is about choices. When it comes to your internet service provider, you've got a choice. Telepage. Telepage is internet service provided by local people you know and trust. Different service plans are available, tailored to provide speeds that fit your everyday needs. Telepage now offers fiber internet in select areas, with plans starting as low as $45.41 per month. Speeds up to 1 gig are available. Call 423-569-8595 for more information. That's Telepage, located at 258 South Main Street in Oneida. Visit telepage.net.
Welcome back to Jim May Stadium at Dr. Emmy Thompson Field. It's a Landon Lindbergh touchdown reception, but another key player on that play.
Yeah, Ryland Duncan, he had a peel-back block. It was somebody broke free and was after Caden, had a good shot at sacking him, and Ryland Duncan made a heck of a block right there to keep that defender off of Caden.
I was frustrated, guys.
I know you were, and rightfully so.
When we didn't take that timeout and save those 30 seconds, we got the ball with 50-something seconds left to start this drive.
Doubt.
Selby had a big recovery.
We scored, and there's still 20 seconds on the clock.
Selby with a big recovery set that thing up too, by the way. Here's the kick from Jaden Anderson. It's going to be fielded by Ellison at the 15. Ellison starts left at the 20. Now he's looking for room. He's at the 25. He's out to the 30, and it's going to be wrapped up and brought down at about the 33-yard line on the carry. That is Dylan Ellison, and it will be 1st and 10 Cumberland Gap with 11 seconds to play. They're down 8.
Had some room to run right there, but who stopped him? Matthew Brown.
Yeah, he's got a nose for the football. I'm telling you guys, he really does. And you know a lot of times you see underclassmen playing on some of these teams, but you want your best players out there on these cover teams,
and
especially.
He's one of the best of them.
You're good tacklers. Yep.
Cumberland Gap from their own 33-yard line. Boy, they've executed their plan to perfection, but they trail by 8. With 11 seconds to play in the first half, and Oneida slated to get the ball to start the second half. Here under center is Owens. He takes the snap and hands it off. They'll try the middle, little to no gain, maybe a yard gain here for Cumberland Gap, and they're just going to watch this clock expire, and the teams will go to halftime as the buzzer sounds. We'll take a break Oneida slated to get the ball to start the second half. Your score after 2 quarters of play here in the opening round of the 2A playoffs. It is Oneida 14 and Cumberland Gap 6.
Home improvement doesn't have to break the bank. At Salvage LLC, we have everything you need to finish your new home or to give a makeover to your existing home. From a full line of laminated and vinyl flooring to interior and exterior doors to crown molding and baseboards, start your next home project at Salvage LLC. Stop by and check out our model kitchen setup for ideas on how to take your kitchen from functional to stunning. Salvage LLC is located on Industrial Lane in Oneida. Open 8:30 a.m. until 5 p.m., Monday through Friday. Find us online at salvagellc.net.
South Fork Physical Therapy is proud to support the Scott Highlanders and the Oneida Indians. With offices in both Huntsville and Oneida, one of our 6 doctors of physical therapy are always close by. We regularly treat back and neck pain, general sprains and strains, vertigo or dizziness, TMJ disorders, as well as post-operative patients. We accept all insurances and flexible payment plans are available. At South Fork Physical Therapy, we strive to make your experience accessible, affordable, and enjoyable.
Odds are there's a Potter's Ace Hardware right in your neighborhood, with expert advice and the right tools and supplies to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their stuff. Potter's Ace has a convenient location on Industrial Lane here in Oneida. Visit the helpful folks at Potter's Ace for all your home improvement needs. Potter's Ace, the helpful place.
Lumber King in Oneida, Tennessee is the region's one-stop shop for everything a DIYer might need. Carhartt apparel, rugged clothing that works as hard as you do. Lumber King Rental Center, a home for not only tools that a construction site might need, but heavy equipment that can get the hardest job done in no time. Here at Lumber King, we carry all of the essentials. Let us be your #1 source for everything construction. You can visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee. Because at Lumber King, we deliver.
Welcome back to Jim May Stadium at Dr. Emmy Thompson Field. The Oneida Indians lead 14-6 here at the half, and Cumberland Gap lost the toss to open up the game. Oneida deferred to the second half and kicked to the Panthers, and they immediately launched into a ground and pound offense that took the entire first quarter. We went to the second quarter, and Cumberland Gap was the only team that had possessed the football. They had gotten down inside the Oneida 20-yard line by that time on the strength of a Maryland eye run and a, what do you call that, smokestack run? Is that what you call it? So a kind of it's not a power eye because they're all lined up in a row, but it was the running of Jacob Brown, Bryson Ellis, and Ethan Slusher. And the quarterback, Lance Owens, getting the play from the sideline. I mean, they ate the entire first quarter. Come out in the second quarter, Oneida stops them on a 4th and 5, takes the football, and drives the length of the field. And it starts off with a big run from T.J. Meredith and then winds up with 8:46 to play in the first half, handing it to T.J. for a 7-yard touchdown run. Aiden Love kicks the extra point. Oneida leads 7-0, even though they had barely possessed the football. About 2 minutes of clock time. The Indians had the football, but they had the lead, 7-0. And then Cumberland Gap takes the kickoff and does it again, converting 4th and short, making good runs. And it was Ethan Slusher really has been the story I think you'll see when you hear the stats a little bit later. But it was Cumberland Gap once again taking it downfield, slowly pounding away, getting into the red zone against the Indians. They had a 1st and goal at the 2, and the Indians defense stiffened up. We're now inside 2 minutes of game clock. Oneida leading 7-0, and Cumberland Gap comes away with nothing in 3 straight plays from the 2-yard line, and then they go for it on 4th and goal from the 2, and they're able to hand it to Ethan Slusher, and he takes it in from 2 yards out, just barely. It was a very late signal. The officials run in, one from the east side, one from the west side, and then eventually the official from the east throws his hands up and says, yeah, he made it in. It's a touchdown. Cumberland Gap then goes for 2 on the extra point. They get it to their speed back, Dylan Ellison. He tries to sweep out to the left side, but T.J. Meredith comes out to make the stop and hold them from getting the lead, so they trail by 1. Cumberland Gap kicks it off to Oneida. The Indians cover. It wasn't, I don't think, an intentional onside, but it was kicked straight at the front of the Oneida line. John Selby just fielded it like a shortstop would at the 49-yard line of the Indians on the far hash mark. And Oneida, with 55 seconds to play and 2 timeouts, had the football at their own 49-yard line. They would score. And they would score with 20 seconds to play, and it was a 15-yard touchdown pass. Caden Rector sweeping out to the right, picked up a key block from Ryland Duncan because he had pressure on him, and then Landon Lindbergh comes open on a little flare-out pattern about 5 yards down the field. He makes the reception, turns upfield. A defender is trying to knock him out of bounds at about the 2. He goes airborne and sails into the end zone, splashing down for the Indian touchdown. Aiden Love adds the extra point, and that's where we are at halftime. Oneida 14 and Cumberland Gap 6, gentlemen.
Yeah, it looked kind of rough there at the beginning. We kicked off to them, and they methodically marched it down the field, and finally we was able to stop them and get the football back, and bam, 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 we're down the field and score and kick it back off them. They come back down the field and about 70 yards and punch one in, made it 7-6, and then the Indians get it back with just 50 seconds left, and was able to. You was worried, John, so much about using those timeouts and conserving time. And,
I was too.
Well, I was, and I was never concerned because I knew that it wouldn't take us maybe 3 or 4 plays to get it down there and stick it in.
I didn't wear my boots, okay?
I'm just saying.
We are 2 for 2 possessions.
Yeah, I knew.
And we've scored 2 touchdowns in 2.5 minutes of game clock.
That's where I was
there
wanting
you
to
go.
What is the time of possession here? Because their first drive ate up the whole first.
Kevin doesn't want me to tell that. He wants to save it for himself. He does the stats.
32-plus years, have we ever seen a drive take up the first quarter?
No.
Ever.
No. You never know. You're going to see something different when you come out here.
But to Oneida's defense stood tall that first drive, turned them away. They were able to punch it in. We stopped them on the 2-point conversion. Now we get the ball back to start the second half. You punch that one in, you put all kinds of pressure on this offense that wants to ground and pound and mill around. Now they did have a big play that burst, so you can't take anything for granted, but you want to make them feel a little bit of pressure in what they're trying to do. Their game plan kind of comes apart at the seams because they executed it well in that first quarter.
Yeah, and if they can come down and get a lead early like that, great for them, but they didn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't do that. We was able, and we've got an 8-point lead now, and get the football back, and that's huge. Getting the football back,
and our offense, it's rolling.
It's clicking.
It's rolling.
Clicking. They haven't shown that they can do anything with our offense.
But I think it was a lesson of a possession from Cumberland Gap when they had it that first possession. I think our offensive players had to stand there and watch and realize how precious each possession was going to be tonight. Had we gotten the ball first, we might not have been thinking like that.
And Caden Rector has picked up right where he left off from last week. He is throwing the ball right on the numbers and getting it to the receivers. The difference this week is we're catching it.
And you made a comment earlier in the game, and when you said a lesson by saying, you kind of get nervous about this kind of game because we did have them in a scrimmage and we kind of handled them really well.
Yeah.
But that was the first of the season. This is the end of the season. Totally different team. So you don't want your team, Oneida, not overlooking this game in any way, shape, or form. And so it's good the way that we responded.
They've got really good at what they do.
Absolutely.
And coming into the season, they hadn't been in there 3 weeks and practiced that, but now they've had a whole season and they've got good at it.
And credit those kids on the other side because you got to have buy-in to run that kind of offense. You got to have those kids buy into what you're doing.
Not flashy.
No.
You're not going to have big plays out of that so much and just 3 yards, 4 yards, 3 yards, 4 yards. And it gets kind of monotonous, and it would be tough to get them to buy in. Good job by the coaching staff for coming in.
Absolutely. So a nice first half for them and how they came out to play. A better first half for Oneida in their response.
So what would you expect from what we just told you the statistics to look like here at the half. You be thinking about that. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, Kevin Akers is going to walk you through this interesting half of football where each team possessed the football twice. When we return, your halftime score, it's Oneida 14, Cumberland Gap 6.
El Rey is Scott County's home for great Mexican flavor. Located in Oneida Plaza, we're just up the sidewalk from Walmart. From our fresh chips that are made daily to our chicken or beef fajitas that are big enough to share, El Rey uses the freshest ingredients to serve authentic Mexican dishes that will be a hit with the entire family. Stop in before the game on Friday or pop in on Saturday and watch college football on one of nearly a dozen screens while you eat. That's El Rey Azteca, open until 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 10 p.m. on weekends.
A responsible local bank must branch out into the community it serves. At First National Bank, we realize a community bank must be a strong partner with the community. That's why First National Bank doesn't have branches, but roots that are deeply embedded in the fundamentals and foundations set forth in the past, with a vision for fostering the potential for the future. Since 1904, First National Bank has had only one focus: you. First National Bank. Your family, your future, your bank. Member FDIC.
Scenic Foods is about freshness, with meat cut in-store daily and special cut upon request. A deli that offers fresh meats and cheeses sliced to your choosing. A produce department offering fresh fruits and vegetables, and of course a full line of competitively priced groceries to meet your weekly shopping needs. Scenic Foods is about value and convenience. Don't have time to cook supper? Try our cheese sticks, pizza, and wings, as well as our fresh-made desserts and side dishes. Need to fill an empty pantry? We have all you need at Scenic Foods, located at 7352 Baker Highway in Huntsville.
Home improvement doesn't have to break the bank. At Salvage LLC, we have everything you need to finish your new home or to give a makeover to your existing home. From a full line of laminated and vinyl flooring to interior and exterior doors to crown molding and baseboards, start your next home project at Salvage LLC. Stop by and check out our model kitchen setup for ideas on how to take your kitchen from functional to stunning. Salvage LLC is located on Industrial Lane in Oneida. Open 8:30 a.m. until 5 p.m., Monday through Friday. Find us online at salvagellc.net.
Welcome back to Jim May Stadium at Dr. M.E. Thompson Field. It is halftime, and the Oneida Indians have a lead against the Cumberland Gap Panthers. The Panthers came out with a good game plan, and they have executed it almost to perfection. But the Indians have held strong and capitalized on a couple of their possessions. So unnecessary. Next week, should we be in action, we'll have the broadcast for you. We don't know exactly how we're going to do it. It depends. We'll play that by ear depending on who the opponent is and where it is. We understand South Green is leading York 14-0. So if that holds, if South Green is able to accomplish that win, whoever wins this game here tonight will travel to South Green for that game next Friday night at 7 o'clock. Kevin, you've got the statistical look at a first half that only had each team get 2 possessions.
Yeah, Tim, I've never seen anything like that in my life.
Well, I guess 3, because Cumberland Gap ran 1 play at the end there after the Oneida score. But, yeah, I've not either.
All right, taking a look at our statistics. First for Cumberland Gap, they had 8 first downs in the first half to Oneida's 6. Rushing the football tonight, Cumberland Gap rushed the ball 30 times for 112 yards. Oneida rushed the ball 7 times for 96. Through the air, Cumberland Gap threw only 1 pass. It was incomplete. The Indians threw 4, completing 3 of those for 26. Total yardage, Cumberland Gap 112 yards, Oneida 122 yards. Penalties, only 2 penalties in the first half, 1 by each team. Cumberland Gap had 1 for 10. And Oneida 1 for 5. And, of course, the time of possession is the one everybody's waiting around to listen to. Cumberland Gap had the ball 20 minutes, 4 seconds. Oneida, 3 minutes, 37 seconds is all they possessed the football in that first half. But that's all they needed to take a 14-6 lead in here at halftime. So the Indians enjoying an 8-point lead at the break. And we'll go ahead and take a break as well and come back to Oneida right after this.
Life is about choices. When it comes to your internet service provider, you've got a choice. Telepage. Telepage is internet service provided by local people you know and trust. Different service plans are available, tailored to provide speeds that fit your everyday needs. TelePage now offers fiber internet in select areas, with plans starting as low as $45.41 per month. Speeds up to 1 gig are available. Call 423-569-8595 for more information. That's TelePage, located at 258 South Main Street in Oneida. Visit telepage.net.
Football makes people happy. At United Cumberland Bank, totally free checking makes our customers happy. If you are not completely satisfied with your checking account, come see me and find out why more Scott Countyans are choosing United Cumberland Bank. This is Tammy Strunk, new accounts representative, and I would appreciate your business. United Cumberland Bank, member FDIC, $50 minimum deposit to open. Other fees may apply. Ask us for details.
El Rey is Scott County's home for great Mexican flavor. Located in Oneida Plaza, we're just up the sidewalk from Walmart. From our fresh chips that are made daily to our chicken or beef fajitas that are big enough to share, El Rey uses the freshest ingredients to serve authentic Mexican dishes that will be a hit with the entire family. Stop in before the game on Friday or pop in on Saturday and watch college football on one of nearly a dozen screens while you eat. That's El Rey Azteca, open until 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 10 p.m. on weekends.
Home-style cooking with friendly service and a relaxed atmosphere. That's Razax. Razax offers breakfast served daily, just like Grandma fixed it, and daily specials like country fried steak, turkey and dressing, and of course, a fish fry every Friday. Razax has a full menu, ranging from quick and easy favorites like hamburgers and club sandwiches to comfort foods like pinto beans. And you'll love something off the grill, like grade A cut sirloin, ribeye, or shrimp kebabs. That's Razax on U.S. Highway 27 in Helenwood. Razax, country cooking and great steaks.
Welcome back to Jim May Stadium and Dr. Emmy Thompson Field as the Indians enjoy a 14-6 lead here at halftime over the Cumberland Gap Panthers in the first round of the TSSAA playoffs. Joining us now is Ben Garrett, who is the master of everything that we've got on here, is getting us on the air and doing all this. Ben, you're also going to continue to be streaming the games during basketball season, so tell us a little bit about how that's going to come off.
Yeah, first of all, I am no master, okay? The real master. I don't know if I can mention his name right, so I'll leave that up to you guys.
I do. Greg Bond.
There you go.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Greg Bond.
Yeah, I'll say
hey,
his
listen,
name all night.
At the beginning of the season, Greg said, if you need any help, let me know. And I said, okay. But, I didn't want to bother him because Greg's got a lot of stuff going on.
Yes, he does.
Midway through the season, when we just couldn't get this thing right from a video perspective, audio was great all season long. Video was a disaster. And so finally, I had to swallow my pride, and I said, Greg, we need help. And he stepped in, and, man, it's rolling. It's a good product now, I got to tell you, and that's all thanks to Greg Bond and his help behind the scenes. But, yeah, basketball season, we're going to keep going. We're working on getting sponsors lined up for that right now. We've got agreements with Scott High and Oneida to let us do live video of any of the home games, which, hopefully everybody will go to the home games and won't need that live video. Road games were more at the mercy of we got to get permission from wherever our teams are playing. So we don't know exactly which games we'll have on the schedule right now as far as video goes, but we should be able, video or audio, one or the other, we should be able to bring most of those games this season, Scott High and Oneida.
Okay, good deal.
Depends how long old men and lack of sleep can hold out. But we'll do our best.
Yeah,
because it's an exciting season ahead, and there's a lot of good games to do.
Absolutely, and we've got 4 local basketball teams, and conceivably all 4 could compete for district championships this year. It's going to be a great season of basketball. So this is a good year to kind of get our feet wet with basketball, and it's totally up to Tim Smith and Rick Keaton. Okay, and I'm not going to call Rick an old man because he's not here to defend himself.
I wasn't talking about Rick. I was talking about me and Kevin. I don't care to say that about Kevin, but I'm a little bit afraid of Rick. But now, if Oneida would just get us a schedule, Kevin. I mean, Jacob King can't seem to come through. Marv's busy.
Well,
Jacob's doing nothing.
Yeah, Jacob emailed me and said that he would have it to me in the next day or two.
But I do want to thank them for taking care of us, getting us set up, working with us to get a setup for this year.
Let me explain that a little bit. The setup's going to be a little bit different because Oneida has new stands in the gym, and they are really, really super nice. They're not the old hard wooden bleacher type stands that we've had for years, ever since the inception of this new gym. These are the nice contoured, that's the best way to put that, and a lot more comfortable. So everybody's going to really enjoy having a more comfortable seat to be able to cheer on the Lady Indians and the Indians both.
And I like to say, Ben, people are going to come to the games. They're going to be excited. You want to come to the games, but there's some folks that cannot.
Absolutely.
And we're hoping to be able to bring those games to anyone that cannot watch them live. But certainly you can't beat the experience of being there.
There has never been an issue about having enough fans at an Oneida basketball game. But we get a lot of comments each and every week. We got relatives of these kids and, of course, old alumni and stuff that have moved away from here that live all over the country that really enjoy being able to follow not only on the audio but being able to actually see the action take place and stuff. We got people that live in, I know, Texas, Florida, Arkansas. As there's some, I heard say some people live from Arkansas that's listening tonight. And
we know Virginia Beach. Coach Bay told us his daughter. So.
I mean, it's all over the country, so it's a pretty nice deal. And, of course, our sponsors get a lot more exposure as well as when they come back home, they see them advertised, and we'll definitely honor that and go to those sponsors that broadcast here on the IH Sports Network.
Tim, I just forwarded you a basketball schedule for Oneida. Marv West is actually who came through with that, and I'd forgotten that he had sent it to me earlier this week, so I just sent that to you. Marv West, Jacob King.
That's right.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, second half. Oneida leading here at the half. We take the break. It's Oneida 14, Cumberland Gap 6.
Home-style cooking with friendly service and a relaxed atmosphere. That's Razak's. Razak's offers breakfast served daily, just like Grandma fixed it, and daily specials like country fried steak, turkey and dressing, and of course, a fish fry every Friday. Razak's has a full menu, ranging from quick and easy favorites like hamburgers and club sandwiches to comfort foods like pinto beans. And you'll love something off the grill, like grade A cut sirloin, ribeye, or shrimp kebabs. That's Razak's on U.S. Highway 27 in Helenwood. Razak's, country cooking and great steaks.
El Rey is Scott County's home for great Mexican flavor. Located in Oneida Plaza, we're just up the sidewalk from Walmart. From our fresh chips that are made daily to our chicken or beef fajitas that are big enough to share, El Rey uses the freshest ingredients to serve authentic Mexican dishes that will be a hit with the entire family. Stop in before the game on Friday or pop in on Saturday and watch college football on one of nearly a dozen screens while you eat. That's El Rey Azteca, open until 9 p.m. Sunday through Thursday and 10 p.m. on weekends.
Home improvement doesn't have to break the bank. At Salvage LLC, we have everything you need to finish your new home or to give a makeover to your existing home. From a full line of laminated and vinyl flooring to interior and exterior doors to crown molding and baseboards, start your next home project at Salvage LLC. Stop by and check out our model kitchen setup for ideas on how to take your kitchen from functional to stunning. Salvage LLC is located on Industrial Lane in Oneida. Open 8:30 a.m. until 5 p.m., Monday through Friday. Find us online at salvagellc.net.
A responsible local bank must branch out into the community it serves. At First National Bank, we realize a community bank must be a strong partner with the community. That's why First National Bank doesn't have branches, but roots that are deeply embedded in the fundamentals and foundations set forth in the past, with a vision for fostering the potential for the future. Since 1904, First National Bank has had only one focus: you. First National Bank. Your family, your future, your bank. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to Jim May Stadium at Dr. Henry Thompson Field. It is.
Take that.
Yeah. Just about ready to start this third quarter of action, and Oneida is going to get to possess the ball for the third time tonight, if all goes well. Cumberland Gap set to kick it off. They'll kick left to right as you view your dial. The Indians lead 14-6, scoring in less than 3 minutes of possession time. They scored 2 touchdowns. Cumberland Gap, if you didn't hear, it was 20 minutes and 23 seconds of the 24 first half minutes they possessed the football. It's crazy.
It is crazy, but you know the good thing about it, they haven't been able to have an answer for the Indian offense. Yeah. Todd Derrick Ryan on the front, Jaden Anderson on this front line.
You got a hands team up there now, guys.
Yeah. Let's see you get it.
Lindbergh, Hewling, and Hunter Shoemaker joining them on the front 5.
I mean, how many fourth down tries did they go for? 5 or 6 in the first half? So
they were 5 of 6 on fourth down. The only one they didn't get was where that first possession ended.
Yep. So I mean, they're coming in here to win. They're taking all the chances.
They've done what they need to do. They really have.
They really had a game plan. And it's unraveled a little bit, but for the most part, they've executed.
But Oneida to counter that, has done a good job of not penalizing themselves and possessing the football and not turning it over because
I wasn't even going to
bring
it up.
Chances.
I wasn't going to bring it up. Didn't want to jinx it, so I'm glad you did.
I don't think I have that kind of power, hopefully. Lance Owens is going to kick it off now. TJ Meredith is back around the 10-yard line, 11-yard line. Here's Owens coming at the football. He'll kick it, and it's going to go inside the 30. Meredith's going to pick it up at the 23-yard line. They're going to say his knee touched as he picked it up. So Oneida will have it 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line. The Indians have possessed the ball twice. They've scored 2 touchdowns, a TJ Meredith touchdown run and a Caden Rector to Landon Lindbergh touchdown pass. Cumberland Gap scored a touchdown on a Bryson Ellis. No, Ethan Slusher touchdown run.
And boy, how big is this? How big is this possession, John?
It could be the possession of the ball game if Oneida is able to score. Absolutely.
From their own 23, Rector takes the snap, looks, quick screen out to the left. McLaurin Love makes the catch, takes on a tackler, drives across the 25 to the 26 to the 27-yard line. McLaurin Love with a catch and a hard run after, picks up 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5 for the Indians.
Yeah, and that's one of them plays where they're going to dip and dunk right in there and then turn it upfield and try to throw one over the top.
It's got a clock issue. There it starts a little bit. It did not run on that first play, or I guess even on the kickoff. So they're going to take a few seconds off here. It'll be 2nd down 5 Indians at their own 27-yard line. We heard South Green was up at the half 21-0. Hampton leads 14-0 at the half over Monterey, and Rockwood is up 26-0, I believe they said, against Happy Valley at half. Here's a snap, little misdirection. It's going to be Meredith off the left side, 30, 35, 40. And he's going to be taken out of bounds as he gets up to the 44-yard line. That'll be a First National Bank first down for T.J. Meredith. Indians fresh set of downs at their own 44.
And the left side of the Indian offensive line is just blocking down, boy. And T.J. just comes out of there like a rocket.
Going fast.
Indians getting lined up quick on 1st and 10 at their own 44. Here's the snap. Rector rolling right, looking to throw. And he's going to stop. Now he's going to run. 45-yard line. Hesitates, moves in at the 50. Now he's at the 45. Gets down to the 43-yard line of Cumberland Gap with a First National Bank first down.
Hello, darling! Number 62, Caden Terry, gets it for the first ever offensive lineman. Hello, darling.
Ever?
I think so.
We have seen a lot of things tonight already.
Yeah, 2 new things tonight. At the 43, Oneida on the ball, ready to go from the shotgun. Here's the snap. Rector rolling to his left, looking, stops, dumps it off. It's going to be Lindbergh making the catch, making a move at the 37-yard line. Now he stretches down inside the 35 to the 32-yard line. It's going to be a First National Bank first down signal by Landon as he finds an area and takes advantage.
It's just so amazing. When he catches the football, he contorts his body in 15 different ways to pick up extra yards.
Always animated.
Yes, he is.
1st and 10 at the 32. Here's the snap. Little misdirection. It's going to be Duncan. He's met, but he eludes one man. Now takes it down to the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 1 to bring up a 2nd and 9. He reminds you of a Christian McCaffrey type running back. I'm talking about Lindbergh when he makes that catch and the things he can do.
He does, except you don't have that much money. So
well,
it's only different.
I don't know. His dad might.
Yeah, he does do pretty good down there at HTC.
That's from the Lindbergh dynasty there. Yeah. Ben knows something about that. Here's the snap. Caden Rector. Quick pitch out to the left side. Catch is made by McLaurin Love as he gets extra yardage down inside the 20 to the 18. That's going to be another First National Bank first down.
And on the field comes another explosive player in number 22, Jarek Euling.
And Coach May is just telling them, get back on the line, get back on the line. We want to go fast. He's calling the play out and pushing this team down the field.
He's looking like Josh Heupel down there tonight. From the 18, here's the snap and the give to Meredith. Makes a move at the 15, stretches down to the 10-yard line. It's an 8-yard gain for T.J. Meredith. It'll bring up a 2nd and 2. Oneida at the 10 of Cumberland Gap. Inside 10 minutes to play in the first half. Oneida leads 14-6, and they're on the ball again.
Ankle breaker.
Here is Rector from the shotgun on 2nd and 2. Taking the snap, looking left, fires the pass over. It's going to be caught by Buttram. Buttram's going to get forward progress up to the 7, and that's going to be a First National Bank first down and goal now for the Indians at the Cumberland Gap 7.
And I don't know if we've seen our offense go this fast this year with a hurry up and just nice to see a little bit different wrinkle in the offense.
I don't remember it.
Something to give the folks down the line if we can survive tonight, something to think about.
Rector takes the snap, gives to Meredith. Starts right, goes back left. He's going to be hit. He'll stretch forward to the 6 for a yard. It'll be 2nd and goal at the 6.
Well, we just lost a block right there, and he had a line to the end zone, but somebody came free and was able to pick up the tackle.
Right back up and over the ball.
Rector looks to the sideline. T.J. Meredith to his left. One receiver to the left, 2 to the right. That's McLaurin Love singled up over here on 2nd and goal from the 6. Rector takes the snap, gives to Meredith. A little hesitation at the 5-3-1. Touchdown, Indians. T.J. Meredith with the Indian touchdown, and Oneida leads 20-6 with 8:58 to play in the third.
Man, John Selby and all those guys up front just caved in that side.
Walled it in.
Yeah, and the tackle kicked the end out, and, just had a big lane to run through, and he made a move right there at the end on the goal line and got in the end zone. Great job.
Meredith is just a burst at the line anymore, guys.
Here's the snap, a little bit high, but McLaurin gets it down, but the kick from Aiden will not go, and that's going to be a missed extra point and timeout on the field. 8:58 to play in the third quarter. Your score, it is the Oneida Indians 20 and the Cumberland Gap Panthers 6.
South Fork Physical Therapy is proud to support the Scott High Highlanders and the Oneida Indians. With offices in both Huntsville and Oneida, one of our 6 doctors of physical therapy are always close by. We regularly treat back and neck pain, general sprains and strains, vertigo or dizziness, TMJ disorders, as well as post-operative patients. We accept all insurances and flexible payment plans are available. At South Fork Physical Therapy, we strive to make your experience accessible, affordable, and enjoyable.
Easy way.
So Stephen's his brother.
Welcome back as we family tree this here.
Ooh.
The Indians get a touchdown.
He's of the Massachusetts Slimbergs.
T.J. Meredith, 8:58 to play in the third quarter, and Oneida with now a 20-6 lead. The Indians don't get the extra point, but that's about the only thing that's gone wrong for the Indians on this night tonight. Now Oneida will kick it off. Jaden Anderson kicks from right to left.
Nice.
Here's a nice one. Cumberland Gap backing up. Fielded now at the 3, up to the 5, now at the 10-yard line, out to the 15, and going to be down at about the 19-yard line on the return, Braden Painter.
And on the tackle, Caden Terry.
To be 1st and 10, Cumberland Gap. They'll work from their own 19 here with a 1st and 10. I still think, Mark, there's no reason to deviate from your plan yet. With 8:52 to go, they're down 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, you still got 21 minutes in this football game. So, just keep doing what you're doing. You've had success. But now the Indians, have probably shored some stuff up at halftime and are, hopefully you'll do a better job of stopping
this. And the one thing they're probably going to do, you're going to see them getting on the ball a little bit quicker. They won't milk the clock down to 0 before they snap it every time.
So now Lance Owens with a Maryland T formation behind him takes the snap. Here's the give off the right side. This is going to be Ethan Slusher on the carry out to the 20. A gain of 1 for Slusher. It will be 2nd down and 9.
Elijah Phillips on the stop, also C.J. King, but that's a good play on 1st down, John.
And, in the first half, the first couple of drives, we had a lot of guys within 2 or 3 yards of the line of scrimmage. We've kind of backed up the linebackers. Now they can maybe read a little bit better of what's going on in front of them, and they can pick up the ball carrier maybe a little bit better. We'll see if they stay in that situation.
I'll tell you what now, old number 42, Elijah Phillips, has not had any problem reading anything so far tonight. He's got 8 tackles so far.
So now with a 2nd down and 9. Again, the Maryland T. Owens brings them set, takes the snap. Here's the give, trying over the left side. It's a keeper here for Owens, trying to get to the corner. He's going to be he gets to the corner a bit, gets 2, maybe 3 yards. I think Matthew Brown over there chase him down. T.J. Meredith is in the area as well as Elijah Phillips and Colton Daugherty. It'll be a 2-yard, well, I don't know. That's generous.
Hey, that White
We'll
Hat
call it 2 yard. It'll be 3rd and 7.
That White Hat official has got over there to the sideline from the middle of the field a couple of times. I would like to clock his 40 because he looks like he's got some pretty good speed. But, man, Oneida's pursuit in that.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 yards. I mean, he ran a long way.
And old Elijah coming from the middle of the field to come over there and finish that play off along with Matthew Brown. Indians are looking kind of like they're not right here, but earlier they was looking like they was in that old 4-4 defense.
Cumberland Gap taking a timeout. I don't remember a 3rd and this long for Cumberland Gap in this game. They're calling a timeout to talk about it. We'll take the same. 7:15 to play in the 3rd. Your score, Oneida 20, Cumberland Gap 6.
Football makes people happy. At United Cumberland Bank, totally free checking makes our customers happy. If you are not completely satisfied with your checking account, come see me and find out why more Scott Countyans are choosing United Cumberland Bank. This is Tammy Strunk, new accounts representative, and I would appreciate your business. United Cumberland Bank, member FDIC, $50 minimum deposit to open. Other fees may apply. Ask us for details.
Coordinator. Welcome back to Jim May Stadium at Dr. M.E. Thompson Field. Guys, talking about the adjustment defense was made here against this offense.
Yeah, and John was talking about them having 8 men on the line of scrimmage. You got Elijah Phillips, that one linebacker, and then you got Colton Darty from his safety position stacked right behind Elijah. So
smokestack eye on 3rd down and a long 7. Here's the give to the tailback off the left side. And a good push. Jacob Brown gets over the left side, but on 3rd and 7, he picked up 2. It's going to be 4th and 6.
Elijah Phillips, C.J. King, Cameron Kidd on the stop, and this is tough. They're going to punt this time, I believe.
For the first time tonight, Cumberland Gap will punt.
I was kind of wondering if they had a punter.
Well, they have someone that's going to punt. It's Lance Owens, the quarterback. It is Jared Hewling and T.J. Meredith deep. Oneida leads 20-6 with 6.5 to play in the 3rd quarter. Cumberland Gap, first possession of the 3rd quarter, brings up a 4th and 6. High snap. Owens backs up. He gets the punt away.
Nice one.
And it's going to be Meredith fielding it at the 43. He'll work to the left. He's at the 45. He's at the 50. Cuts inside 45, 40. He's at the 35, 30. 25, down to the 20, stiff-arming a man as he pushes it forward to the 16. T.J. Meredith on the return. It will be 1st and 10 Indians at the Cumberland Gap 16-yard line.
You can't draw it up any better. The wall. They formed a wall right there for T.J. to run around. Great blocking, great return by T.J.
And it was a good punt. It had good hang time. The problem is it gave Oneida the ability to drop back, set up things, and TJ was able to do the rest with his speed, and he got to the corner. Maybe needed, just a little bit more room over here on the edge, but, man, he's got some jets.
So now Ryland Duncan to the left, Elijah Phillips to the right of Caden Rector. He has McLaurin Love wide left, Ryan in the slot left, tight end to the right. Here's the snap and the give. This is going to be Elijah Phillips, starts to the left to the 15, down to the 10, down to the 5, and a flag comes in as he gets to the 3. So we'll see. Figure this is in the area of a hold on the Indians, and that's where it is. It comes down at about the 12-yard line.
Yeah, well, I showing some moves.
He tangled me up. I was trying to call the play, and it was miserable sounding. I was awful with Elijah moving like he was.
Yeah.
My apologies on that.
He's usually the short yardage guy, but Elijah got off tackle there, cut it back inside, and almost scored on that rascal.
That moves it out. They're going to move it to the 21, and so Oneida will have a 1st and 14.
Kevin wanted you to agree with him so bad.
If he would get it right, I could do that. At the 21, Oneida with a 1st and 14. Here is Rector from the shotgun, brings a man in motion. Ryan from left to right. Here's the snap, looks left, fires. It's going to be McLaurin Love. They're giving him a little space. He reaches a hand out there, pushes forward, and a trio of tacklers brings him down at about the 8.
Boy, he wasn't going down easy. It took 3 of them to bring him down, but they've hooked up on that play right there about 4 times so far.
I'm sorry, it's the 14, not the 8.
And in this game, yes.
Big difference.
but all year long they have hooked up on that little turn in or come back or just a settle there, and it adds just a little nuance to what you want to do. And we've done it a lot on first down. Get 4 or 5 yards out of that play, and it's as good as a run. It's pretty much part of your running game.
Second out, 7 from the 14 here. Rector in the shotgun. He'll take the snap. Gives to Rylan Duncan. He's hit. Bounces off that would-be tackler inside the 10, down to the 9, to the 8, to the 7. And that is going to be very close. Let's check this spot. It will be 3rd and 1. Kevin was right about the yardage earlier, by the way, because my math wouldn't work out otherwise. We're at the 7 with a 3rd and 1.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. I'm more surprised about Kevin being right or you agreeing that he was right.
Well, there you go.
So it's 3rd and 1 at the 7-yard line. 5 minutes to play, third quarter. Oneida leads 20-6, and now they have the I formation. Rector under center, Phillips in front of Rylan Duncan on 3rd and 1. Here's the snap. They give Duncan following Phillips left side. Bounces it at the 5 to the 3, 2, 1. Ball comes free in the end zone. It's going to roll out of the end zone for a touchback. Rylan nearly had it in there, but they're going to say he lost possession before he broke the plane, and it will be a touchback as the Indians leave points on the field with 4:50 remaining in the third quarter. Cumberland Gap will now have the football 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Yeah, you can't have that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Say it again. Got to get that thing high and tight.
Yeah, and sometimes he gets it out there trying to gain those extra yards and keep battling, man. And he's sick. Yeah, that's just a tough play. But the Indian defense held pretty firm there on that last possession, and they was giving it back to them there on that. Indians got the heavy package in foot to foot and just was mashing on them and turned the football over.
So here we go with a 1st and 10. Cumberland Gap's second crack at this new defensive alignment from the Indians, and they will have that smokestack eye Mark talks about, and we'll come up with about nothing on this. It's no gain on the play. Let's see. I think it was maybe Jacob Brown on the carry.
And it was C.J. King on the body slam.
Yeah, and C.J. got a warning, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. I don't know. The official saw something he didn't like, but he went and talked to C.J.
Well, he blew it up. He knocked the tackle 2 yards in the backfield and then made the play.
There was violence involved in what
CJ there was.
did.
4:15 and ticking in this third quarter. Oneida leads 20-6. Cumberland Gap with the football at their own 20-yard line. And they'll have the Maryland T back there. And it's going to be a give. The left back takes it off right side, Slusher, and then he cuts it back inside to the 24, close to the 25. Going to be just shy of the 25-yard line. Ethan Slusher on the carry will bring up a 3rd down and 5 with 3:45 and ticking in the third quarter. Oneida leads 20-6 in this playoff game. Looks like the destination for the winner of this one, if Oneida can hold on, is going to be South Green. It would be the second appearance for Oneida up there in South Green. Last time, very eventful. Patrick Sexton vowing he would go to this one. Smokestack eye for Cumberland Gap on 3rd down and 5.5, we'll call it. Taking the snap, give to the tailback.
Boom.
Not much there, maybe a yard. It's going to be 4th and 4 for Cumberland Gap. I believe on the carry there, Bryson Ellis. And it will be 4th and 4, 3 minutes ticking in the third quarter.
Old Elijah Phillips is feeling it. Him and Rylan Duncan met him at the line of scrimmage, the tailback, and just brought him down. But Elijah, that's number 10 on the night.
That's a heavy game right there.
Yeah, man.
Looks like they're going to go for it on 4th down and 4. They're at their own 26-yard line. At least they're going to take this clock down at worst and call a timeout. It would be their second of 3, and that's what they do. So Cumberland Gap with 2:31 to go takes a timeout. We'll take the same. Your score, 2:31 to play third quarter. It's Oneida 20, Cumberland Gap 6.
Odds are there's a Potter's Ace Hardware right in your neighborhood, with expert advice and the right tools and supplies to make your quick fixes even quicker. around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their stuff. Potter's Ace has a convenient location on Industrial Lane here in Oneida. Visit the helpful folks at Potter's Ace for all your home improvement needs. Potter's Ace, the helpful place.
Welcome back to Jim May Stadium at Dr. M.E. Thompson Field. It is 4th down and 4 with Cumberland Gap at their own 26-yard line. Are they going to punt or are they going to go for it here? Their punter is their quarterback, Lance Owens. He's not back in punting position. He's stepping up to go under center on 4th and 4. They're down 14, and they going to leave it out there. He's dropping back, looking to pass, fires down the left side. It's going to be intercepted. The Indians pick it off, and it's going to be T.J. Meredith with flags coming in as he picks it off. What are the flags?
Personal foul, I believe.
Well, it should be dead ball, whatever it is. Change of possession should have took effect. We'll just wait and see.
Yeah.
So he went for Wes Bunch. Down the left side was his intended receiver, and T.J. Meredith just stepped in and intercepted the football. Oneida will have it. We're not sure where. Right now it's sitting at the 38-yard line of Cumberland Gap, and here comes the official to let us know it's a dead ball personal foul against the Indians.
Wow.
So that will move it back to the 47-yard line of the Indians, if my math is correct, where Oneida will have it 1st and 10. With 2:25 to play in the third quarter, they lead 20-6.
Yeah, there was some extracurricular activity going on out there. I don't know what happened, but didn't see it.
And like I said, the official had given a warning to some individuals a couple plays before that I noticed. And if it was one of those individuals that the warning's been given, he's going to throw the flag on that second go-around. So that may have been what happened.
All right, so 1st and 10 Indians at their own 47-yard line here. Caden Rector from the shotgun.
We can't carry that stuff forward. We got to clean that up and leave it behind.
Meredith to the left, Phillips to his right. Meredith goes flaring out in motion. They'll give him the pass on the flare, and he'll sweep out left. A little hesitation, runs into his own man, gets across the 50 to the 49-yard line of Cumberland Gap. It will be a gain of about 4 on 1st down for T.J. Meredith and bring up a 2nd down and 6 as the clock runs to 2 minutes to play in the third.
Love that little flare pass, and actually it was thrown behind him. So if you dump that out there, you can throw it again down the field. So let's keep that in mind as we go forward.
Always the receiver.
Yes. Always.
Wasn't where I wanted it.
Always.
Wasn't where I wanted it. 2nd down 6.
Always the receiver.
49. Here's Rector. He'll take the snap, and he hands it off to Elijah Phillips. He'll bull his way for a yard, but not much more. You know, we didn't even mention Kevin was honoring John L. tonight wearing his former number.
Yeah, I seen that.
Kevin comes in wearing John L's 86 jersey tonight.
Always been a fan. Kevin has a John L. His biggest fan, actually.
I'll autograph that if you want me to, Kevin, before we leave.
Kevin used to play football out beside the stadium while John L. was playing inside. He would dream of being him one day.
Kevin still has his leather helmet. What are you talking about?
At the 48-yard line of Cumberland Gap.
Kevin was grown when he was doing that. When I was watching.
It's 3rd down.
Oh, it's coming off the tracks.
He was dominating out there, though, against the third graders. Here's the pass over on the left side. Hewling can't reel it in. It'll be 4th down.
Was looking upfield before we tucked that one in. Want to put that thing away and then get upfield, but may go for it here.
Why not?
Yeah, I think Oneida's going to with 54 seconds to play in the third quarter. Given what the defense has done in this second half, Coach May feels comfortable doing that.
Yeah, the defense has certainly shored it up and got them in situations where it's been 4th down, 3rd and 4th down and long, and they've not been able to come out of them.
Don't be surprised here. There's no safety in the middle of the field. They sucked their defense up. We may try to go over the top here, guys.
4th and 5, Rector in the shotgun. Takes the snap. He's rolling right. Picks up a block. Now he continues to roll right. Fires downfield. It's going to be complete up to the 40-yard line. It's a First National Bank first down. Colton Daugherty
makes
the reception.
That was a bullet thrown by Caden Rector to Colton Daugherty. Colton Daugherty running out right about the 41-yard line and picked up the first down. Sure hands by Colton Daugherty.
And, guys, I know I haven't. Rector, the sophomore quarterback, he's a field general, guys.
Yes.
He's leading this thing,
Yeah.
and we haven't called his name enough. I know tonight and probably the last half of this season. But man, that kid, he has come to play.
1st and 10 now at the 40 with a fresh set of downs.
You have.
Snap and the give, Ryland Duncan. Hesitation, bounces out. He's at the 35-yard line, steps off a man 30. He's at the 25, takes on a tackler and drives him down to the 20, where it's going to be another First National Bank first down for Ryland Duncan.
Ryland Duncan, he's not going to run around nobody. He's going to run over them. And he always finishes the play and finishes it hard. Great run, great blocking up front.
It's unfortunate as he fumbled, when he went in that he's kind of angry about that.
Yeah, buddy.
Man, he's trying, and you feel bad for the senior in that situation, but he is running hard. You cannot fault the effort.
So now the Indians at the 20 of Cumberland Gap, leading 20-6, and the clock ticking late in the third. Rector from the shotgun. Duncan to his left, takes the snap, gives to Duncan, and goes down about a yard carry, and that's going to be probably the end of the third quarter of play. So we'll take a break. When we return, it's Oneida with a 2nd down and 9 at the Cumberland Gap 19-yard line. And after 3 quarters of play, we take the break. Your score is Oneida 20 and Cumberland Gap 6.
Lumber King in Oneida, Tennessee is the region's one-stop shop for everything a DIYer might need. Carhartt apparel, rugged clothing that works as hard as you do. Lumber King Rental Center, a home for not only tools that a construction site might need, but heavy equipment that can get the hardest job done in no time. Here at Lumber King, we carry all of the essentials. Let us be your #1 source for everything construction. You can visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee. Because at Lumber King, we deliver.
Home-style cooking with friendly service and a relaxed atmosphere. That's Razax. Razax offers breakfast served daily, just like Grandma fixed it, and daily specials like country fried steak, turkey and dressing, and of course, a fish fry every Friday. Razax has a full menu, ranging from quick and easy favorites like hamburgers and club sandwiches to comfort foods like pinto beans. And you'll love something off the grill, like grade A cut sirloin, ribeye, or shrimp kebabs. That's Razax on U.S. Highway 27 in Helenwood. Razax, country cooking and great steaks.
Welcome back to Jim May Stadium at Dr. Emmy Thompson Field. The Oneida Indians move to the 4th quarter with a 14-point lead here in the playoffs. Win or go home. Oneida threatening again with a 2nd and 9 at the 19 of Cumberland Gap. The Indians now moving left to right as you view your dial. They haven't punted tonight. They have scored on every possession except their last one, which was a turnover out of the back of the end zone. Now on 2nd and 9 at the 19. Rector in the shotgun takes the snap, fakes to Ryland Duncan, rolls to his right. He's running to the 15. He cuts it out to the 10, to the 5. Flag comes in as he takes it into the end zone. You're going to have a hold that's going to call a touchdown back possibly.
No, that was a block in the back, and they got it on TD, but that was not. He didn't hit him in the back.
Well, it's going to be spotted from the 8. So the touchdown from Rector is going to be wiped off here.
Yeah. That's a horrible call.
And it's one of those where you probably don't even need to touch him. You just kind of get in between him and the running back. But it was a bad call, and it's the official was it's going to be called back. But what a nice read by the quarterback Rector there. He pulled it, scampered into the end zone. Again, field general tonight, guys, leading this attack.
So it'll go from the 18-yard line. Basically, it sets up the same situation. Instead of a 2nd and 9, it's a 2nd and 8.
Okay, let's just do it again.
Now the wide side of the field's the left side. Indians moving left to right on the near hash mark here. Rector now is going to be under center for the first time tonight, the Cowboy package. Phillips in the back. Hewling is the wing back right. Meredith to the left. Hewling comes in motion. Here's the snap. Misdirection. Meredith right side 15. Bounces into a man down to the 10-yard line. Close to first down yardage. Are they going to measure this? Because this has got to be very close.
I was thinking maybe they was coming back across with that.
It's a first down.
To Jarek Hewling when he come in motion.
First National Bank, first down, 11:31 to play. It's first and goal to 10.
Yeah, that look like, but they faked that. Come back across to T.J. Meredith. He's been explosive in that play all night.
So Oneida back on the ball in the Cowboy package again, bringing Hewling in motion. Snap. This time it's going to be Phillips. Sidesteps a man, takes it inside the 5, down to the 3, to the 2. Elijah Phillips with a 8-yard plunge. Started left, goes back to the right, picks up the 8, and now it's second and goal from the 2 for the Indians.
Yeah, he's had some big runs tonight too. Oh, gosh.
I think he's going to get it right back, and they're going heavy right here with their line. C.J. King comes in.
Inside 11 minutes to play in the game, Oneida leads 20-6. Indians knocking on the door. Second and goal from the 2. It's Elijah Phillips in front of Matthew Brown. Ball in the near hash mark. On second and goal from the 2. Rector hands to Brown over the right side. Touchdown. He walked in from the block from Elijah Phillips. It is 26-6.
Yeah, old Li's doing the dirty work. Got in there and kicked that in. That in was crashing hard, John. Kicked him out. Opened the door for Matt Brown to get in the end zone.
A little bit of the overload side to the right. They went heavy that way with C.J. coming in as an extra lineman, and man, they just blew that whole side up.
Last time, the snap a little bit high on the extra point. Indians weren't able to convert.
And the one before as well.
I'll go for it here again. There's the snap. This time, McLaurin gets it down. Aiden kicks it. It's going to be good. So timeout on the field. Your score with 10:41 remaining in this playoff game. It is Oneida 27, Cumberland Gap 6.
Lumber King in Oneida, Tennessee is the region's one-stop shop for everything a DIYer might need. Carhartt apparel, rugged clothing that works as hard as you do. Lumber King Rental Center, a home for not only tools that a construction site might need, but heavy equipment that can get the hardest jobs done in no time. Here at Lumber King, we carry all of the essentials. Let us be your #1 source for everything construction. You can visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee. Because at Lumber King, we deliver.
Welcome back to Jim May Stadium at Dr. M.E. Thompson Field. The Oneida Indians now lead 27-6 on what you would look at as a near insurmountable lead now, with this 3-touchdown lead against the Cumberland Gap offense that has certainly been challenged in this second half. Kickoff from Jaden Anderson. Going to be fielded by the Gap at the 13. They'll hand it off to Ellison. He's at the 15, 20, winds the arm forward at the 25-yard line, and then he's going to be taken out of bounds. And it will be 1st and 10, Cumberland Gap.
Yeah, it looked like Colton Darty on the stop, but they had a little trickeration going there, and
yeah,
Indians didn't fall for it.
They didn't. They kept their gap integrity and was able to get him out there at around the 28-yard line. He did get a little bit more than I thought he would, but other than that, though, they kept him pinned against the sideline. Good job by the cover team.
So they will snap from their own 28-yard line. 1st and 10, down by 21 points now, with 10:31 remaining in the game. Oneida, if they can seal this up, likely headed to the South Green Rebels. Oneida's played them one time. They're 0-1. It was a playoff loss up there. Very close game, good game a few years ago. So now a T formation for Cumberland Gap. They'll take the snap. Little misdirection play. And I think the fullback, I think Brown had it on the carry off the right side. Change that, it's Ethan Slusher on the carry. But about a yard gain, it'll be 2nd down and 9 for Cumberland Gap.
And I think that Rylan Duncan and Elijah Phillips are saying, let's meet at the ball carrier, John.
Yeah, they are teeing off on some running backs right now. And Oneida's they're having fun on defense. You know, that first drive that started the game, Cumberland Gap, maybe it wasn't so much fun because Cumberland Gap was kind of having their way, but Oneida's kind of put some wrinkles in on their defensive side, and the guys are coming up hard.
Slusher, Brown, and Ellis. Here's the snap and the give. This is going to be Brown on the carry. He'll take it across the 30 out to about the 31, but it's going to be another 3rd down and long. Can't say enough about the difference Oneida's ability to stop this run in the second half and the adjustment that has been made, although I can't explain it.
What I have saw is, and Coach may say they were doing it in the first half, but I've saw them go from a 50 base to they're going to a 6-man line with a single linebacker, and then they're just the safety in the middle, and the corners are keeping up the edges.
Yep.
So basically, you got 7 guys at the line of scrimmage, and it's made the world of difference.
So here's a 3rd down and 7 with the smokestack eye. Give us to the tailback in this one, and he's still going. It's Slusher on the carry up to about the 34-yard line. 3 yards more on the gain. It will be 4th down and 4 now for Cumberland Gap. It's a team that's come a long way this year. It's on the improve. It's a new coach, Brett McPherson, installing his running attack, and it looks much better than it did when we first saw them, and I'm sure it's going to continue to get better next year.
At the half, I was told by some of their folks that maybe that coach didn't even come on board till January. So, it's short turnaround.
Yeah, tell Coach Jimmy May about that. He's going to feel sorry for him on that short turnaround. So it's going to be 4th and 4. Cumberland Gap's going for it from their own 34-yard line. Here's the snap. Dive off the left side. It's going to be a 1st down carry for Cumberland Gap as the ball's pushed all the way out across the 43 to the 44. It's a Cumberland Gap 1st down with inside 8 minutes to play.
And it almost looked like the offensive lineman was huddled around him, carrying him down the field there at the end.
He's getting his helmet right in the back of his offensive lineman, and you can't get to him unless you get around the offensive lineman, and he just bulldozed forward and was able to get it. Thought we had him, but he was able to break free, and that's all it took.
Clock continues to run with 7:40 to play. Oneida leads 27-6. And Cumberland Gap is not in any hurry, working out of the huddle still here. And now with 10 seconds on the play clock, I don't think they're even going to get one off here. They're going to have to take a timeout. We'll take the same. With 7:28 to play, we take the break with your score. It's Oneida 27, Cumberland Gap 6.
Scenic Foods is about freshness. With meat cut in-store daily and special cut upon request. A deli that offers fresh meats and cheeses sliced to your choosing. A produce department offering fresh fruits and vegetables. And of course, a full line of competitively priced groceries to meet your weekly shopping needs. Scenic Foods is about value and convenience. Don't have time to cook supper? Try our cheese sticks, pizza, and wings. As well as our fresh-made desserts and side dishes. Need to fill an empty pantry? We have all you need at Scenic Foods, located at 7352 Baker Highway in Huntsville.
Welcome back to the opening round of the 2A playoffs here at Jim May Stadium. Dr. M.E. Thompson Field, the Oneida Indians with a 27-6 lead over the Cumberland Gap Panthers. Oneida looking to advance to the field of 16 next week, potentially traveling to South Green's Rebels. With 7:28 to play, and the Panthers of Cumberland Gap trailing by 21 points. They got one timeout left, or no timeouts left. So change that. Smokestack eye. Here's the snap, little misdirection give, and it's going to be Jacob Brown, and Oneida's all over it with no gain on the play. It will be 2nd down and 10. No urgency from Cumberland Gap. I think they're just content with what's going on here, and they're going to try to take this drive and close out a successful season.
I think so, and they first half they hung around. Was able to move the football well until the Indians go in at halftime, kind of adjust to things, and kind of did more towards the end of the second quarter. Indians kind of was able to adjust on stopping this bunch.
Now with 6:45 and ticking, Cumberland Gap's got 5 seconds to get this play off. Quarterback Owens under center. He will get it off, gives to the tailback, who is quickly wrapped up in the backfield and brought down maybe a yard on the carry. It will be 3rd down and 9 for Cumberland Gap from their own 45-yard line.
But you could see how this offense could take the air out of a team real quick.
Yeah.
Well, they did.
Yeah.
They took an entire quarter of play at the beginning of this game.
Mm-hmm. I think of Alcoa, teams like that have the horses to run some. I mean, Alcoa has hung their hat on running the football, for years and years, and that's something that they do well. They just pound on you.
Yeah, but they score from 75 different positions.
Yes.
Yeah, they do have that explosiveness factor. With 3rd and 9 here, smokestack eye. Here's the snap and the give. Tailback Ethan Slusher. First try, not much there. Second try, he might have picked up a half a yard more, but it's going to be 4th and 8.5 yards here for Cumberland Gap with 5:35 to play. And, probably likely you're going to see a punt here, and Oneida just kind of wind this one down, you would think, maybe with 5:20 and ticking. Coach Jimmy May in his initial playoff game as the head coach.
The guy.
Going to get a W here with 5:13 and ticking.
They're going to go, looks like.
Indeed they are, John. You're correct. Slusher is dotting the smokestack eye from the back there. They need the Oneida 42. They're looking to throw. Dropping back, little shovel pass, and Oneida's all over it. Careful, guys. Don't break him.
Yeah.
And bringing him down back at the where did they take him down? At the 43-yard line. And that was a powerful combination of Xavier Shoemaker and C.J. King that were not fooled. With 4:54 to play, Oneida takes over on downs at the 43 of Cumberland Gap, leading 27-6 and heading to South Green next week.
Yep. Met it to running back C.J. King. Xavier Shoemaker wasn't fooled by the shovel pass and brought him down there on 4th down, lost for about 4 yards. Seeing some guys coming in here.
Yeah,
young
some
guys.
second-teamers in there with the first-team quarterback.
35-0 South Green right now over York. Here's the snap. It's going to be Rector giving. Run off the right side for Oneida. Is that Jaden Anderson, I think, on the carry? Jaden takes it inside the 40 down to the 38-yard line. And that was an explosive run by Jaden there.
He looked fresh.
With 4:35 to go in the game.
Yeah. Looked fresh off the bench for sure.
Yeah, and I'll tell you something. I wouldn't mind seeing old Jaden run from the wing back position or the tailback position every now and then. Man, he's fast.
He's in there behind Lorenzo Garcia now with a running back a receiver to either side. Garcia in front of Anderson on 2nd and 5. Here's the snap. Give to Garcia, blasting through the middle. He's at the 35, still on his feet at the 30. Oh, nearly broke it. It's going to be a First National Bank first down.
Boy.
Lorenzo Garcia takes it to the 29.
Boy, howdy, old Lorenzo. He thought he had him one right there and got tripped up right at the last second. Good run.
Garcia's a senior, so so he wanted that. Stick it in the end zone.
Inside 4 minutes to play in this one. It's still Garcia in front of Jaden Anderson in an I formation. Rector under center. Brings things set. And now takes the snap. Gives again to Garcia. He takes it inside the 25-yard line. Still on his feet, fighting forward to the 22. Close to the 21. That's about an 8-yard carry on first down for Lorenzo Garcia. It'll be 2nd and 2. The fullback hitting big.
Oneida, I think you're going to see just more, just those straight handoffs. They're not trying to run the score up on any, they're just trying to give it away here and run this clock down. And if the guys get in the end zone, that's just the way it's going to be.
No, that's part of it. You got to straight handoff. You got to either stop it or not. If they score, they score.
Peyton Smart, the tailback now on 2nd down and 2. He'll take the snap. Rector takes the snap, gives to Smart, stumbling forward. He gets inside the 15-yard line all the way down to the 10 for a First National Bank first down. The fullback on that play was Landon Boutwell.
Yep, and old Peyton Smart runs hard.
Yeah.
We've seen him in past games that he gets some carries, and he always runs hard, finishes runs real hard.
All right, so again, Peyton Smart behind Landon Boutwell, and the new quarterback here is Buttram, I believe. Taking the snap, hand it off, Peyton Smart, and he will pick up a couple of yards. That's Tanner Buttram taking the snaps, pick up a 3 for Peyton Smart. And it will be 2nd and goal from the 7.
Don't want to get too far ahead of things. We are in a win here tonight, looks like, going to play next week. But I'm thinking next year, you're going to see Smart, you're going to see Anderson, you're going to see Brown, Meredith. That's going to be your backfield guys that are going to be back there. So
Nick Gilbert at fullback. Oneida will snap it from the 7 here. Snap, the give.
That's Gilbert.
Off the right side. No, Nick was the fullback.
Who carried that?
I believe it was 18. Mark Duncan on the carry. The quarterback that round was Gabe Brennan. So the ball is at the 4-yard line with 1:30 to play. It's 3rd and goal at the 4. The quarterback is once again Tanner Buttram. Now the running back is Caleb Reagan behind Nick Gilbert. And a flag comes in. Oneida calls a timeout.
Timeout, Oneida.
Yeah, it was going to be a legal motion. He called timeout to avoid the penalty. 1:17 to play. We take the break. Your score, it's Oneida 27, Cumberland Gap 6.
Odds are there's a Potter's Ace Hardware right in your neighborhood, with expert advice and the right tools and supplies to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their stuff. Potter's Ace has a convenient location on Industrial Lane here in Oneida. Visit the helpful folks at Potter's Ace for all your home improvement needs. Potter's Ace, the helpful place.
Welcome back to Jim May Stadium at Dr. M.E. Thompson Field. We're told that's not Mark Duncan. It's a misprint on the roster we have. It's Mac Duncan. That's Ryland's little brother, sophomore, who was in a moment ago. Now it's going to be Caleb Reagan behind Nick Gilbert. And the quarterback is Tanner Buttram. Oneida with a 3rd and goal at the 4. 1:17 to play. Buttram under center now with the I formation behind him. He'll take the snap, gives to Reagan, hit in the backfield. Hit as he's given the handoff and dropped back at the 7-yard line as the clock will roll inside a minute to play. And the Indians will have it 4th and goal at the 7. Like John said, the Indians have just been given a straight run here.
Somebody forgot to block that guy.
Levi James, Colby Tyra in the play here. Checking back in now at quarterback is Gabe Brennan with Mac Duncan behind Nick Gilbert. Receiver to either side. 86, as we talked about tonight. Josh Cole, he's split out wide right. Here's 4th and goal from the 7. The snap, the give, Mac Duncan off the right side, and he's into the end zone. Mac Duncan scores with 27 seconds remaining off the right side, and Oneida expands the lead to 33-6.
Yeah, he's trying to catch up with Big Brother there. Good hole up front by that offensive line, and he just explodes through the hole.
Yeah, they did a good job, and, you look out there, I'm pretty sure they want to score as much as the first teamers when they get an opportunity. They just want to execute.
Taking advantage on 4th down. Here's the extra point. McLaurin Love gets the hold down. The extra point kick is it was attempted by Kenneth Van Hook that time. Couldn't get it to go, and timeout on the field with 27 seconds to play. Your score as we take the break, it's Oneida 33, Cumberland Gap 6.
Football makes people happy. At United Cumberland Bank, totally free checking makes our customers happy. If you are not completely satisfied with your checking account, come see me and find out why more Scott Countyans are choosing United Cumberland Bank. This is Tammy Strunk, new accounts representative, and I would appreciate your business. United Cumberland Bank, member FDIC, $50 minimum deposit to open. Other fees may apply. Ask us for details.
We got to get there early because.
Do we just need to stay
Welcome
overnight?
back to Jim May Stadium at Dr. M.E. Thompson Field. Oneida heading to South Green next week, and so we will be as well. So follow along, IH Varsity, OHS Indian Radio. We'll let you know what the setup's going to be. We may be, if they'll let us, we may be broadcasting pictures from South Green next week. We'll see. From the 5-yard line, here's Cumberland Gap on the return, out to the 15, to the 20, to the 25-yard line. Burying forward up to the 35-yard line. That's a good run back for the return man for Cumberland Gap, Braden Painter. With 19 seconds to play, Cumberland Gap will have the football, trailing 33-6.
Nick Gilbert on the stop.
It's a few minutes after 9, so this thing did wrap up quick.
It did. But when you got 12 minutes of clock run off in the first quarter by methodically moving it down the field with the running game at
first drive
at 4 yards a clip, that happens.
Yeah, quite different from game number 1 this year up at Williamsburg, the 4-hour-plus marathon.
Yeah. Oh, thank goodness we're going back next year.
Yes. From the 36-yard line, it is 1st and 10 for Cumberland Gap. They've got the smokestack eye. Will this be the final play of this playoff game? They come set. Here's the give. It's going to be Slusher off the right side. He's going to get up to the 40, to the 41-yard line, and then be brought down. Clock will run. No timeouts for Cumberland Gap. That's going to do it. This game is going to go final, and the Oneida Indians are going to advance to the round of 16. As Oneida gets the W, we will take a break, and we're going to tell you the final score in this one. It is the Oneida Indians 33 and the Cumberland Gap Panthers 6.
Home improvement doesn't have to break the bank. At Salvage LLC, we have everything you need to finish your new home or to give a makeover to your existing home. From a full line of laminated and vinyl flooring to interior and exterior doors to crown molding and baseboards, start your next home project at Salvage LLC. Stop by and check out our model kitchen setup for ideas on how to take your kitchen from functional to stunning. Salvage LLC is located on Industrial Lane in Oneida. Open 8:30 a.m. until 5 p.m., Monday through Friday. Find us online at salvagellc.net.
Life is about choices. When it comes to your internet service provider, you've got a choice. Telepage. Telepage is internet service provided by local people you know and trust. Different service plans are available, tailored to provide speeds that fit your everyday needs. Telepage now offers fiber internet in select areas, with plans starting as low as $45.41 per month. Speeds up to 1 gig are available. Call 423-569-8595 for more information. That's Telepage, located at 258 South Main Street in Oneida. Visit telepage.net.
Home-style cooking with friendly service and a relaxed atmosphere. That's Razax. Razax offers breakfast served daily, just like Grandma fixed it, and daily specials like country fried steak, turkey and dressing, and of course, a fish fry every Friday. Razax has a full menu, ranging from quick and easy favorites like hamburgers and club sandwiches to comfort foods like pinto beans. And you'll love something off the grill, like grade A cut sirloin, ribeye, or shrimp kebabs. That's Razax on US Highway 27 in Helenwood. Razax, country cooking and great steaks.
South Fork Physical Therapy is proud to support the Scott High Highlanders and the Oneida Indians. With offices in both Huntsville and Oneida, one of our 6 doctors of physical therapy are always close by. We regularly treat back and neck pain, general sprains and strains, vertigo or dizziness, TMJ disorders, as well as post-operative patients. We accept all insurances and flexible payment plans are available. At South Fork Physical Therapy, we strive to make your experience accessible, affordable, and enjoyable.
Can I give it?
Welcome back to Jim May Stadium at Dr. Emmy Thompson Field. The Oneida Indians get the win here tonight, 33-6. And the scoring recap for you: if you joined us late, well, the Oneida offense joined us late, and it was because Cumberland Gap took the entire first quarter and it hogged it to themselves. Their offense ground up yardage on that first quarter drive, and they possessed the football the entire time. Starting the second quarter, they had it with a 4th down and 5, and Oneida was able to come up with a stop as Cumberland Gap had nosed inside the 20-yard line of the Indians. So Oneida takes over, and almost immediately driving down the field, they cap it off with a touchdown run of 7 yards from T.J. Meredith. And with 8:46 to play in the first half, the extra point from Aiden Love made it Oneida 7-0. And so they kick it back to Cumberland Gap, and this time they again run this dominating ground game, eating up clock, but this time it pays off with a touchdown run. Cumberland Gap cuts the Oneida lead down, and they had cut the clock down to 50 seconds to play in the first half as they punched it in from 2 yards out on 4th down. Numerous 4th down conversions for the Cumberland Gap Panthers in that first half, and Ethan Slusher scores on the touchdown. Then they go for 2 points on the conversion. They pitch it to their speedy back, Dylan Ellison, off the left side. TJ Meredith steps up and drops him for a loss on the play. And so Cumberland Gap pulls within a point, tries to get the lead, but Oneida holds on the 2-point conversion, and then Cumberland Gap kicks it to Oneida with 50 seconds to play. It's covered by John Selby at the Oneida 49-yard line, and the Indians only needed 20 seconds, and it ended with a touchdown pass of 15 yards from Caden Rector to Landon Lindbergh. The extra point from Aiden Love was good, and we went to the half 14-6. Oneida got the ball to start the second half, and it didn't take the Indians long in that one either. Little over 3 minutes to play, of game time gone in the third quarter, and it was once again a touchdown run from TJ Meredith. The extra point was no good on this one. Oneida led 20-6, and then in the fourth quarter, early in the fourth quarter, it was Matthew Brown taking it in from 2 yards out. The extra point was good. Oneida led 27-6, and then on a fourth down, late in the game, Mac Duncan, the sophomore, little brother of Rylan Duncan, takes it in from 7 yards out. The extra point is no good, and the Indians win 33-6. And the story is the Indians' efficiency on offense, taking advantage, not making the mistakes. But then also I think a bigger part of the story as well is the adjustments the Indian defense made in the second half to just completely take Cumberland Gap out of this game.
Absolutely. That there towards the end of the first half, the Indians had started to make that adjustment, and then they come out in the second half and really turned it up a notch on defense. They was getting them in, and they got a few first downs, but they was getting them in 3rd and long and 4th and long, where they was in the first half converting those 4th downs because they had it at 4th and 1. The Indians took that away from them. Oneida knowing that they can't pass the football very well. They counted on that smokestack eye, that T formation, to get them where they was going, and the Indians adjusted to it after seeing it out here live action a little bit, and did what they needed to do. And offensively, we just was, on fire. We couldn't be stopped.
We were clicking, and we made comments about Rector and his ability to lead this team. And the sophomore, he was splitting time, at the quarterback position when we started this season, and due to injury, that role fell to him, and he has done nothing but step up and just take it on. And we've talked about it. Nothing phases him.
No.
If he makes a bad throw, he flushes it and moves on, and that's what it works for him and good for him, and it works for this offense. And when we need a good throw, he makes it. When we need him, that read option that he made, got down the sideline. I think he had 45 yards rushing or something.
Did
close.
It twice.
Yeah, probably should have scored. It was a questionable call that brought that one back. On the read option, and just a great job by him leading this football team on the offensive side. And then you got individual players, the backfield of Duncan and Meredith, just carrying the load, and then out on the edge catching those. We had trouble catching the passes last week. Mm-hmm. Not so much this week, and so those things are good to see going forward. Going to South Green, it's going to be a challenge, no doubt.
Absolutely.
Hampton's gone final. They're 21-0 winners over Monterey. So wow. Hampton will go down to Rockwood. Rockwood in the third quarter up 40-0. So Hampton at Rockwood. Oneida goes to South Green. South Green is leading 35-0 in the fourth.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a couple big games coming up next week that I think a lot of folks will keep their eye on. Just some other things. Meigs County cruising 30-0. Marion County's got a 14-7 lead over Westmoreland. Trousdale's leading Tyner at halftime, and Watertown's leading Bledsoe.
And we was asking earlier about the Oakdale score. Oakdale, I think, was up by 14 points, I believe. So that's big for them. I always like to see them do well. Mm-hmm. Small school that's not that many kids, but they put together a really good season. I think they finished 7-3, 6-4 on the year, and first round had a home game. Yeah, had a home game first round of the playoffs, They're in there with Coalfield.
Would have loved to have seen them beat Rockwood.
yeah. But I think, their best players wasn't on the field that night, so I don't not that it would have been any different, but it probably would have been a little bit different score.
Well, Coalfield's advancing. 2 minutes to go. They're up 48-10 on Jellicoe. I'm sorry, Oakdale. Oakdale is advancing. They're up 48-10 on Jellicoe. Coalfield is advancing. 58-0. They advanced tonight. So looks like Cloudland beat Greenback and Untitled. They're in a narrow one with Midway right now. Yep, Kevin, you got the stats tonight.
He's itching to talk.
Well, I'm just trying to hurry up because they're breaking up down there. Coach may be up here in just a minute, but our final team stats we'll look at here real quick, compiled by Ben Garrett. Oneida with 19 first downs here in tonight's game. Cumberland Gap with 9. Rushing the ball, Oneida rushed the ball 32 times for 259 yards. Cumberland Gap 44 carries for 146. Through the air, Cumberland Gap completed 1 pass out of 3 for -3 yards, while the Indians were 9 of 11 for 72 yards. Total yardage tonight for the Oneida, 331 yards to the Panthers, 143. Penalties, Oneida was penalized 4 times for 40 yards, and the Panthers once for 10. Each team had a turnover this evening. And time of possession, Cumberland Gap 32 minutes 46 seconds, Oneida 15 minutes 14 seconds. I believe that's the lowest time of possession Oneida's had in many, many years. Individually for the Indians tonight, leading rusher for Oneida, T.J. Meredith, 101 yards on 9 carries and 2 touchdowns. So a great night for T.J. Other individuals, Matthew Brown had 1 carry for 2 yards and a touchdown. Mark Duncan, 2 carries for 10 yards and a touchdown. Other rushers, Caden Rector, 3 carries for 49 yards. Jaden Anderson, 1 carry for 5. Peyton Smart, 2 carries for 14. McLaurin Love, 1 carry for 3. Ryland Duncan, 7 carries for 47 yards. Caleb Rakin, 1 carry for -3. Elijah Phillips, 3 carries for 14. And Lorenzo Garcia, 2 carries for 7. As I said earlier, Caden Rector was 9 of 11 for 72 yards and a touchdown. His receivers this evening was Landon Lindbergh, had 2 catches for 26 yards and that touchdown. McLaurin Love, 4 catches for 31 yards. T.J. Meredith, 1 catch for 4. Ben Buntram, 1 catch for 3. And Colton Darty, 1 catch for 8. And once again, your final score, the Oneida Indians 33, Cumberland Gap Panthers 6.
That Colton Darty was a 4th down conversion, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big play, keeping the drive alive on that. So a very good night for the Indians. And they scored 33 points in 3 quarters because, remember, they didn't possess the ball at all in the first quarter. We'll take a break, come back. We'll try to catch Coach May, and we tell you the score. The final in this one, Oneida advances to the round of 16. It's Oneida 33, Cumberland Gap 6.
Lumber King in Oneida, Tennessee is the region's one-stop shop for everything a DIYer might need. Carhartt apparel, rugged clothing that works as hard as you do. Lumber King Rental Center, a home for not only tools that a construction site might need, but heavy equipment that can get the hardest jobs done in no time. Here at Lumber King, we carry all of the essentials. Let us be your #1 source for everything construction. You can visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee. Because at Lumber King, we deliver.
Odds are there's a Potter's Ace Hardware right in your neighborhood, with expert advice and the right tools and supplies to make your quick fixes even quicker. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their stuff. Potter's Ace has a convenient location on Industrial Lane here in Oneida. Visit the helpful folks at Potter's Ace for all your home improvement needs. Potter's Ace, the helpful place.
Welcome back to Oneida as the Indians advance to the round of 16, defeating the Panthers tonight 33-6. Mark, you've got some defensive highlights.
Well, you know, that as long as they had the football tonight, however many minutes.
33 minutes.
33 minutes. You're just going to have a bunch of tackles and
Yeah.
a bunch of big plays on defense. We had Matt Brown had 5 tackles. Hello, darling. 6 tackles. Rylan Duncan had 4. T.J. Meredith had a couple for tackles for loss, an interception. Hunter Shoemaker had 4. Lorenzo Garcia had 4. John Selby had 5. And something I want to say about John Selby is I have not been giving him credit a lot of the time on defense. I've been calling somebody else's name, and it's been him. I was told that before the ball game tonight. But John Selby's had a big year, and he had a big night tonight. C.J. King with 6 tackles, 3 behind the line of scrimmage. Xavier Shoemaker had 6 tackles. Caden Terry had 4 tackles. Hello, darling. So, and that was on offense. So here comes Coach Jimmy May.
Well, as Jimmy May is going ahead and getting his headset on, and Tim's fixing to take over. Remind everybody, once again, next week we will be at South Green to take on the Rebels. Kickoff for that game is at 7 o'clock. We'll definitely be having the audio presentation for you right here on IH Sports. And my understanding is there is some works going on to possibly bring the video portion of that to you as well. So that would be a fantastic deal if we can manage to pull that one off. And Tim, you're now with Coach Jimmy May.
All right, Coach May, first of all, congratulations on your first playoff win. Now 1,000%, I guess, on the playoffs, right? That's a good feeling.
Until you got to play the next one, that win it, right?
Well, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it was a great win for us. I mean, I told them, everybody gets to play at home in the playoffs. We got to take advantage of it, and we played a team that's very much improved from when we scrimmaged them, and they do what they do very well. And you could see.
We'll talk about that first quarter. You didn't.
I've told them I've never been in a game where we didn't run a play in a quarter, much less in the first quarter on offense. And we still didn't let them score. I mean, we kicked it out of bounds, gave him at 35. He gets it to 4th and 1. He's going to go for it. I mean, he's at the midfield now, and they just keep driving the ball like that on you. And they can, eat up the clock. And they did.
Right.
It just took us a while to get, you couldn't tell who had the ball. I couldn't tell a lot of times. And I told him we got to tackle everybody. And he's done a great job with them. I'm telling you, he's a good guy. He's done a great job, and he does what they do very well, and he gives his kids a chance, and that's tough to play against. But we responded, we scored, I guess, rolling right before the half's big to get a touchdown advantage going into halftime. And I knew we had the ball coming out the second half. So
now on that, of course, you got the ball back after you stopped them on 4th and 5, and you were able to drive down and score rather quickly with a touchdown run from T.J. Meredith. Then they are able to do another long drive. They cap it off with points this time, so they cut it to 1. They fail on the 2-point conversion. You've only got 50 seconds left. You didn't use any timeouts there going into that, but then such a key play is the kickoff, and it comes to Selby. And
well, they I did use one down there, and then I thought, well, if I use another, we're gonna have it on our own 1-yard line coming out, because I was trying to speed them up. I mean, they're playing that, and you got to get your kids going a little faster, and they onside kick a lot. I mean, in the 2 films, I hadn't even seen another punt formation, so they hadn't punted in either game. And so I said, well, they run, they're a tight offense, so everything's in there 2 tights. They're probably going to be a tight punt formation, and they punted once. I mean, he was going to go for it, and him onside kicking, that's what they did in every film. And we got it midfield, and, I just told them we were already going to go what we call NASCAR, hurry up and just speed up. And we made some good throws. We had a draw with TJ. It ran pretty good down the left sideline here, and then we were able to get in the end zone. But that was big because I knew we got the ball coming out. We need to go down and score again. And we just came back out in it again and just lets them get on the line, kind of lets me call it while they're standing at the line of scrimmage and kind of tire them out a little bit, maybe rushing. But we played well. We think we scored every time but the one we had the ball. Of course, we didn't have it all in the first quarter. Rylan trying to reach the ball out, trying to score.
Right.
I said, don't, just go down, don't do that. And so we were pretty efficient on offense tonight. Considering we didn't run any plays in the first quarter, but we made some adjustments in defense, and trying to get them slowed down, and we did. Mark Martin did a great job, and Coach Montgomery just deciding what we were going to do to slow them down there.
Talk a little bit about Landon Lindbergh. He scored that second touchdown. He just seems to be able to find some extra yardage, some small little window to fit himself into. Is he earning more touches right now?
Well, there's a lot of them I like to get the ball to. That's a kind of a good problem to have because we're very athletic, trying to get the ball to Jarek some and him. And of course he was hurt, and last week he just played defense. Got hurt at Sequoia, but he can make things happen. And the good thing about him and TJ, they're sophomores, and they're going to come back for 2 more years, and they're gaining valuable experience, and he can be a playmaker. And we actually, when we run that, we've got 2 sets of receivers. We run in and out, and so we just keep calling the same plays for them, and that's a good problem to have, I guess. But I thought the kids were all in it. They were cheering for each other, and I told them, I said, just don't let this be the final time we meet before the game right here. Let's go on for another. Let's go as far as we can. Because when it's over, it's over. It'll hit you, and you won't be ready for it. And, Landon made a great play. I guess he dove in the end zone. Couldn't see much of it, but I'm sure he'll tell me about it. So he'll describe it. I'll have to hear it, but that's okay. And he was all excited. It's his first touchdown. I mean, there's a lot of kids. I said, guys, it's 14-6, and we were feeling pretty good. But I said, what if they onside kick and get it? And now we're in, I said one play can tie this game up. You're still walking that fine line. So they were determined not to let that happen. And, my hats are off to them. They had a great game plan, a great job. And, I was trying to speed them up there and trying to spread them out, thinking, because they used to seeing that tight offense every day in practice. And so we were trying to spread out and trying to make them cover us. And I thought we could win the game right there. And, it paid off for us.
So South Green gets the win tonight, so going to be headed to the Rebels. We've been there one time. What are your memories of South Green?
Yeah, weren't too good.
Right.
I mean, I remember they were pretty good. It was wet and rainy, and the field was muddy, and some things happened, and they couldn't. We were ahead at halftime, and they had a great receiver back then, and they kept getting the ball to him, which we were waiting on. From what I understand, some of my coaches have already been to see them. They went to see them when we were open. I was supposed to go see Hampton play Gatlinburg, but then Hampton didn't.
Right.
I ended up going to watch Cofield and Greenback, and coach some of ours went to watch him. Good quarterback. He's up for Mr. Football again. Right. You got 3 good receivers, they said. So, they're going to be more of a passing team. We're going to go from one extreme to the other, but hopefully we can match up with them, and we just have to go play and see what happens, because now it's just a one-game deal. It doesn't matter what you did in regular season. You got to win that night.
Right.
I mean, we went up there, and they were a good team, and, things, whatever happened, and I don't know if any of these kids were even playing on that team now. When I think about it, they might have been
freshmen.
I don't know.
That's been a while back.
Coach Lambert, that was his senior year, and so, they might have been seniors now, but we have a lot of seniors that weren't on the team when they were freshmen here now.
Right.
So we'll see. You just got to go play. Everybody's good. I mean, you're 1 of 16 left. You're not going to, everybody's won a game, and half the teams went home tonight. And that's
right.
why I said every week half of them's going home. So you don't want to be one of those. But we'll come out and work hard. We'll go up there and play hard, and we'll see what happens.
How's your health out of tonight?
I'll ask them again. Nobody raised their hand. Some of them's kind of limping around, but they. That's just, normal stuff goes on in the ball game. But Tate's hurt. I guess you saw that. He dislocated his thumb last week, has a cast on. He had an MRI today. They said he could play. We played him on special teams. It's hard to play him on offense, and the defense with one hand right now. But he goes back Monday, and at some point he's supposed to have surgery. We'll see if he wait till the end of the season, but he's the one that got hurt last week. I think everybody else is pretty well healthy. Going into the 12th game of the season, it's pretty good. So we'll just have to see how they are come Monday, because after the game you won't know right then, but you may feel sore Sunday. So we'll go from there. We should be all right.
All right, Coach. Congratulations on the win. You want to say anything else or give a shout out to anybody?
Well, I mean, my granddaughter, but you get her name right this time, right?
Well, I covered my bases, so.
She's probably not listening. She better be sleeping. She might be listening. Well, I mean, nah. That's the first thing they told me.
Well, I'm glad they were listening, so I'll try to do better.
They're probably listening tonight. Yeah, they listen. I mean, they're 10 hours away, so, you know, they probably wanted to watch, but they want to listen. She follows us, and, you know, I'd like for them to come in because, you know, the one game to come in, we played pretty well, so. But, yeah, you know, Amanda and Zeke there in Virginia Beach with Aurora. And so, you know, they're fans. You got people in different states listening to you. And, you know, there's people that follow you. I told the kids there's people everywhere follow you. You don't even think about people that's even – it's not just here. It's all over. People that graduate from here. And But, yeah, you know, I'm glad the fans came out. I know the ticket prices are $10. That's not what we said. That's kind of, you know, in my opinion, high. You know, I could see them raising them as you go in each round. But, you know, we're glad to get to play a home game. The kids were excited to get to play again, and so we're hopefully, you know, I said we could come back home if we keep winning. You know, there's a chance. So, but you got to see what happens. You can't ever give up, you know. But we'll just we'll keep battling. We'll see what happens.
You want to give any credit for the paint at the middle of the field there?
Who you want me to give it to?
Whoever deserves it.
Well, I mean, we actually was going to do that at the beginning of the season. The paint didn't come in.
Right, that's what we were told.
And then it came in 2 days before we played Cofield because he texted me when I bought it from him and said, "Do you still want your orange paint?" And I said, "Yeah, go ahead and send it." Because, I mean, if we get to play at home. I told him I'd paint. I told him we'd win on the region, but we played at home. I said, I'll paint it. And so it's actually paint on the practice field, too. If you go in there and look, the outline is and everything, because we practiced down there. And Jeremy Shoemaker helped me. Pam and I went down there and started measuring, just trying to take a look at the old picture and try to figure it out. And Jeremy, the engineer, was able to come through and plot it for me and take the measurements. So we laid it out here, and then we had to try to figure out that arrow. And, you know, we spent 3 nights doing it. So, you know, the coaches were here painting the field. So it was a lot of work, but it's for the kids. I mean, that's why we're in it. I mean, you know, there's a lot of paint, but I'd already bought it. I can't let it sit there for a year. So, I mean, I don't know. You like it?
I do like it. Yep, and something I like even more, 8 wins.
Yeah,
that's something
8.
else.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's great. You know, we just got to keep winning now. I say either we're going to end with 4 losses or, you know, keep winning. So we just got to keep playing. But yeah, I mean, you do everything for the kids. I mean, you do one thing for them, now they want something else done. I said, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, just one thing at a time. But you know, I just want to do something for them. I mean, they worked hard, and basically a lot of people kind of wrote us off after Rockwood, to be honest with you. You know, all the outside people said you can't beat them. I mean, they actually basically told me we couldn't beat them, you know, and you can't beat them and this and that. And, you know, and I don't like, you know, you can't judge their heart just by the scores. You can't judge scores. I mean, a lot of times you can compare scores, but all games are different. You know, we've struggled in some games on offense, but their heart, and they want to play, and they're good kids, and I'm glad to be their coach, and I'm glad to have them out there.
All right, Coach. Thanks for joining us. Congratulations. We'll see you in Greenville.
Thank you.
All right. So Coach Jimmy May on the win tonight, and Oneida gets their 8th win and their biggest win because it's a playoff win, and it means they get to keep playing, and they will head to South Green next week to face off against the Rebels. We'll wrap things up when we return. Your final once again, Oneida 33, Cumberland Gap 6.
Football makes people happy. At United Cumberland Bank, totally free checking makes our customers happy. If you are not completely satisfied with your checking account, come see me and find out why more Scott Countyans are choosing United Cumberland Bank. This is Tammy Strunk, new accounts representative, and I would appreciate your business. United Cumberland Bank, member FDIC, $50 minimum deposit to open. Other fees may apply. Ask us for details.
Lumber King in Oneida, Tennessee is the region's one-stop shop for everything a DIYer might need. Carhartt apparel, rugged clothing that works as hard as you do. Lumber King Rental Center, a home for not only tools that a construction site might need, but heavy equipment that can get the hardest jobs done in no time. Here at Lumber King, we carry all of the essentials. Let us be your #1 source for everything construction. You can visit us at 20359 Alberta Street in Oneida, Tennessee. Because at Lumber King, we deliver.
Welcome back as once again the Indians get the victory tonight 33-6 over Cumberland Gap. We will be traveling to South Green next week I've had a
Game
couple of
coach.
people asking questions that maybe not remembering exactly what happened and transpired about 4 years ago, so I don't care to tell you.
By the way, South Green won 42-0 tonight.
Wow.
Wow. The issue that occurred, it was a close game. We had the ball. It was 4th down and 1. We apparently moved the ball according to looking at the yardage on the football field. We actually moved the ball about 2.5 yards, but then noticed that the chains actually still had us short. And in looking at a video that was, I can't remember exactly who it was that was filming. It was our team filming.
Patrick Sexton.
Yeah, Patrick Sexton, that's right. And that video actually made it to Channel 10. And it was throughout East Tennessee of their chain crew moving the chains and kept us from getting that first down.
Crooked bunch.
Which actually ended up inspiring a new rule from the TSSAA.
That was Mark Matthews.
I'm just saying, that was a crook.
That is pretty bad there. But
that night, yeah.
If you have enough officials, which we've got into an official shortage, but if you have enough officials, the fans from or the people from the local area can no longer run the chains during the playoffs. And that was a new rule the TSSAA come up with that came out of that particular game. However, since we have a referee shortage, you will not have referees on the chain crew until the quarterfinal round.
Now, I have to say something. When we went up there, those people was as nice to us.
Yes, they were.
As they could be and accommodated us. I'm
Right
just
to
talking
the
about
end.
the ones on
yeah.
running the chains.
Yeah, and,
that was,
and we want to make sure everybody knows that too. You can have, and that's the way you can have 1 or 2 people spoil it for everybody.
Yeah, that was just
So
and it was, you could tell right there on the sideline. What are you?
Yeah, like John L's our guy that spoils it for everybody.
Yeah, always does.
I meant him next.
Okay.
Good night.
I thought you just cued me in, man. I didn't know.
Yeah, he was pointing.
Yeah.
That's because that's what he has to do for us to speak is to point at us. So,
Or we'd never get done.
that's the rules, isn't it, Ben? Go ahead, John.
What a night. Congratulations to Coach May and his coaching staff and these players, these seniors. They get to survive another week. And he said it the best. He made the statement when he came up here. He said, I told these guys you want to keep going. You want to keep playing because when it's over and it'll hit you. And that's exactly how it happens. And you want to see these seniors continue on. Hey, I think it's going to be a rock fight next week, guys. I mean, I'm telling you, it's going to be a rock 'em, sock 'em kind of event. And we're still working out the particulars on how that's going to be portrayed in what we do. It'll for sure be us giving it to you with the audio, so we'll just have to wait, but hoping everybody that can will be in attendance up there next week and cheering this bunch on. But wow, I'm looking forward to it. Not looking forward to where we're going and how we're having to get there, but I'm looking forward to the game, and I think it'll be a good one. Tonight just did what we had to do, and like Tim said, in 3 quarters, in a limited amount of time, we put up 33 points. We fumbled it right there at the end zone. Should have been a few more points maybe, but wow, all in all, this defense, they adjusted. They played well. Mark Martin, I saw him before the game, and he was ready. He was excited about the challenge, and that's just the way he's been all year long, and commend him and his staff and that defense. But all in all, offense and defense, congratulations.
Yeah, and you could see him on the sideline fired up when his defense was, in between plays and they would have to call timeout or something. He's fired up and he's hollering at his defense, yeah, let's go. He just brings something different to him over there. He just really tight knit, it seems like, with his defense, and what a great job this coaching staff's done. And I'll tell you what, I commend Coach May and his staff. They just kind of looked tough there. 12 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
They held on the football and marched her down the field, 4 yards a clip, and it looked like, man, this live will be a tough ball game. This is going to be a long game, but every chance we had on offense, we took it right down the field, scored outside the fumble, and should have scored. I mean, it'd been 40-6. So great job by the Indians. These kids played their guts out every week.
You've got a player of the game
So
for us.
I've got yes, I've got an offensive and I've got a defensive player of the game.
It's
this
playoffs.
week.
You're stepping
it is.
it up.
I'm stepping up
Playoffs.
my game.
And we're making
Playoffs. Yeah.
And we're making it a little bit more challenging for Ben.
Yes,
Giving him a little bit
absolutely.
more work.
Making it tough on Ben. My offensive player of the game is Caden Rector, with an honorable mention to T.J. Meredith. T.J. Meredith had a huge game too. But Caden Rector, five rushes, 49 yards, 9 of 11 through the air, 72 yards and a touchdown. Big play after big play after big play. We had to get in a NASCAR there with 50 seconds left. All of us worried we wouldn't have enough time, all that stuff at the end of the second quarter. But I had faith, and we marched her right down the field and scored. Great night for Caden Rector on offense. First National Bank offensive player of the game. First National Bank defensive player of the game, Elijah Phillips. Listen to this, guys. 14 tackles.
Golly.
14, yeah. It was like fighting in a phone booth. They was in there real tight. Man, he was just reading. He was reading, looking, finding those lanes that they was running in.
And somebody made a call, and they said, "Hello, darling."
Nice to see you. Yeah. 14 tackles on the night.
He thinks he's so funny.
One tackle for loss. Who, me or Kevin?
Funny funny string.
But we had, there was a lot of honorable mentions on defense too. That's First National Bank defense player of the game was Elijah Phillips, 14 tackles, 1 tackle for loss. C.J. King had a big night. He had 3 behind the line of scrimmage, 6 tackles on the night. Xavier Shoemaker, man, he had a big night, 6 tackles. John Selby, 5 tackles, big night there. Caden Terry, had 3 tackles. Had a hello darling on offense. What's that about? Mm-hmm. Crazy, great, big, huge block down here, blew somebody up. You had Matt Brown, 6 tackles, hello darling. Matt Brown again tonight had a big game. Was player of the game last week. Huge game. But Matt Brown, I'm telling you, he just works. Mm-hmm. He just works. And every opportunity that Matt Brown gets to get on the field, he's going to be out there working hard and trying to make a play. So great night for the Indians. Proud of them. Let's go beat South Green next week.
And if I may, I know we're trying to wrap up. Selby's recovery of that onside kick right after they scored gave us a short field with a short amount of time right before half. That play cannot be underscored.
That's right.
Huge play in the game.
All right, on a night when Kevin celebrated his honoring John Strunk wearing John L's 86 jersey here tonight.
My number a long time before
I will sign that for you, Kevin.
The Indians get a big win. Coach Jimmy May,
the only thing you ever signed.
First playoff game and his first playoff win. So congratulations to him. He gets coach of the game, right, for that first playoff win.
I'll say coach of the year.
For that, your reward is a trip to South Green and Mr. Football nominee Luke Myers, the quarterback for South Green. He is awaiting the Oneida Indians a week from tonight. So, Coach Mark Martin, not much sleep this week as he gets ready to try to come up with a plan to try to slow down the Rebels. Luke Myers will be there for it in some way, form, or fashion. So, watch social media this week to see just what the plan is. For all those involved in the broadcast, again, big thanks to Greg Bond. Big thanks to Ben Garrett for all he does for us, for giving us this opportunity this year. And I want to thank Kevin Akers, John Strunk, and Mark Matthews as we bring you tonight's opening round playoff win. Your final, once again, is the Oneida Indians 33, the Cumberland Gap Panthers 6. This is Tim Smith saying thanks for joining us. You've been listening to Oneida Football on the IHSN Network.